All right, you guys ready?
Ready. I'm not hearing program feed, though.
All right, I'm going to start turning down the radio.
Still no program feed.
Time for the winningest college football program in the state of Indiana. It's the University of St. Francis Cougars on Redeemer Radio. Now, live to the stadium with the voice of the Cougars, Joe Parsons, and the Redeemer Radio sports team.
Major mid-season test today for control of the Mid-East League of the Mid-States Football Association. Hi, everybody. Welcome in to Indianapolis. We're at St. Vincent Field on the campus of Marian University, the home of the Knights. Glad you could join us today. I'm Joe Parson. It's number 11 USF on the road today against number 6 Marian. Both teams coming off big wins a week ago. Both teams running number 1, number 2, either way in many of the MSFA stats. Marian rebounding after a second-half letdown 2 weeks ago in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and dropping a 30-21 decision to Robert Morris. The Knights, well, they took out their frustrations here last Saturday on this field against Missouri Baptist, winning it 76-0, piling up 745 yards of total offense. For St. Francis, it was much the same scene. This time a trip to Belleville, Illinois a week ago, highly productive in a 74-13 whipping of the Lynx. And for USF, it was 729 yards of total offense. And by the way, that's the most Cougar points scored in a game going back to 2012 when they scored 76 against Concordia University. But it's a new day today, and one we might not expect to see such lofty numbers, but then again, you never know. One thing we do know, this is a very tough place for a team to win, and we'll take a break and we'll return with head coach Kevin Downley. He will get his take on today's pivotal Mid-East League matchup here in Indianapolis. This is Cougar Football on the road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Whether you fly a plane through the clouds or bake cookies with your kids, we want to give you more time to do what you love. Hi, this is Lisa Stauffer from First Federal Bank. Our checking accounts with online and mobile banking options let you do just that. Whether you're in the air or on the ground, ask us how you can get up to $150 when you open a new checking account and take advantage of these banking options. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Got that, Rich?
Got it.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
Windy, cool day here in Indy for this big matchup between the really top two teams in the Mid-East League of the Mid-States Football Association. Coach, a lot of points last week on the road in Belleville, Illinois. And, I think what impressed me as much as anything, I mean, great job by your starters, but the focus, the intensity, the execution by everybody that was on the bus, your 2s and 3s, really performed well. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I was a bit concerned with our players possibly peeking ahead, to this game. But the focus was there, and everybody that made the trip played maximum effort for 60 minutes.
I've never seen an interception on a pick six where a returner, in this case Wilmer Cole, was actually not convoyed, but picked up and carried to the end zone. That's a first.
Well, just a great team defense, and everybody wanted that young man to have his first college touchdown, first college interception, so worked out just fine.
A lot of coaches, and I think you kind of agree with this, they come in with a philosophy of wanting to establish the run to set up the pass, and I know that's been kind of the focal points this year, and boy, this year you're really fortunate. You've got 3, 4, 5 different running backs who can get the job done, leading the statistics of the MSFA. Talk about your running backs, and maybe one of the keys to today's game.
Well, we have 4 outstanding, talented young men. Aaron Harris is the veteran of the group. He's a junior. He's had game experience. The other 3 are freshmen. But my, are they talented, and they're learning how to play the game and get the system down, and they're just very talented athletes. So, we roll them in and out and keep fresh legs so that we're strong late in the game.
Let's talk about the Marian Knights, and it's interesting statistically between St. Francis and Marian. You guys are 1-2 in so many different categories either way. Break down the Knights a little bit. Hayden Northern, the quarterback, big kid. He's had success, and they've got Robert Gibson running the ball. And what do you see on tape about the Knights?
Well, they're very talented. I mean, they got, 18 starters back on a team that played for a national title. Got a lot of seniors, veteran players. Got a lot of Division I transfers that weren't on the roster a year ago. So they're extremely athletic. They're a talented football team. They're going to be a big challenge. Our players are looking forward to it, and we are too. It's another ball game. We're going to continue to do what we do. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go after it. We're going to play 60 minutes hard, and we're going to see how it ends up at the end, because we're going to play hard the whole day.
Caught that last comment from Coach Denley in that pregame interview where he said we're going to play 60 minutes, and that is a key here today, because a year ago, November 15, 2014, St. Francis actually led in the end of the first half for 30 minutes, 18-13, but they never scored it again. They ended up losing that ball game 51-18. Kevin Denley's 18th year. He's been the only coach the Cougars have ever known, and they are 4-0, undefeated this season, 2-0 in the Mid-East League. His counterpart Mark Henninger in his third year. Knights come home. They're 1-0 in the league. In the Mid-East League, they're 3-1. They are ranked number 6. We'll take a 60-minute timeout, 60-second timeout. We'll be back with more of our pregame presentation. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
It's the Dodge Boys here from Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and we're excited. It's our Jeep celebration, and it's...
Sorry about that. I cannot find the Glenbrook Jeep Dodge because it wasn't labeled.
It's okay. It's on now, so we're good.
So then the next thing that we would play would be the prayer.
No. Again, we're going to have the spot. You're going to save the Bishop Dwenger 30 and the opening prayer and the game open. Okay.
That's awesome. Hey, Ryan, what else is going on?
Matt, now's the best time to buy because we are clearing out all 2014 models, and that includes Ram Tough trucks. You can save up to $9,500 on a brand new Ram Crew Cab 4x4 with a Hemi.
Hey, what about the Dodge Boy Promise?
We're going to beat any competitor's price, guaranteed.
Experience the best news from any Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram dealer, and we're going to beat it.
Guaranteed.
So come get a Dodge Boy deal on the giant American flag or jump online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, everybody. My name's Joe Parson. The Marian Knights marching band finishing their pregame entertainment of the crowd here, and 55 degrees maybe here at kickoff. Cloudy skies, winds out of the northeast about 16 miles an hour. Possible showers. In fact, it was coming down about a couple of minutes ago pretty good, and kind of a steady drizzle at this point, steady light rain, if you will, so that could be a factor as well. Natural grass surface here at St. Vincent's Field. Looking to the Cougars, they scored a season-best 74 points in that 61-point victory on the road at Lindenwood Belleville last Saturday afternoon. USF led 38-7 at halftime, and they put together 729 yards of total offense for the ball game. St. Francis ran the ball 33 times, 284 yards, net yards rushing. They scored 5 rushing touchdowns, 2 touchdowns each by Tyrone Young and Justin Green. Young, by the way, 5 carries, 125 yards on the day. Quarterback Nick Ferrer, 21 of 33 through the air for 388 yards, 3 touchdowns. No interceptions. He's yet to be picked off this season. He was sacked 1 time. Wide receiver Seth Coate, big game. He had 5 catches, topped the Cougars with 5 catches, 101 yards. He scored a couple of touchdowns, and Cam Smith, his counterpart, 3 receiving catches, 120 yards. That topped the Cougars in that category, and he had 1 touchdown. Our referee today, David Siegel, they've not come out on the field, and neither team is out here yet. Let's take a closer look at the Marian University Knights, 3-1, coming home now for the second game in a row. They're 1-0 in the league, ranked number 6. They started the season ranked number 1 until that loss 2 weeks ago in Illinois to Robert Morris. But they bounced back from that loss 1 week earlier. And Marian, it did cost the Knights their number 1 national ranking, that loss. And they post their first shutout victory, throttling Missouri Baptist here a week ago, 76-0. It's the most points ever by the Knights in a football game. Marian received and racked up 745 yards of total offense. Quarterback Hayden Northern, take a look at his numbers. And they are superlative. 12 of 16 through the air last week. And 302 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Trey White led them with 6 catches, 119 yards. He scored a couple of touchdowns. And one of their top receivers, Krishawn Hogan, 4 catches, 128 yards, and he had a touchdown. As far as the run game, Justin Billups and Jakari Gore, they combined for 23 carries, 225 yards on the ground. They scored a combined 4 touchdowns. And the normal starting running back, that's Robert Gibson, he carried 11 times for 89 yards, and he scored 2 rushing touchdowns. Take a closer look at that Knight defense. They had 2 picks last week, 9 quarterback hurries. Linebacker Shaquille Ash, 8 tackles, led him in that category, 2 for loss. He had a couple of quarterback hurries. Quarterback Garrett Ish, 6 tackles, 1 pass defended. And safety Daniel Rojas, he's a good one, but he teamed up with Kyle Steinbeck, and they had each 1 interception. It was 42-0 at halftime here last week. And you look at St. Francis, USF has lost 3 straight times on this field to Marian. Their last win on this field came in 2010 when they eked out a close one, 28-25. Getting ready for the meeting at midfield. Let's go down. Bill Scott's down there. Our referee David Siegel for the meeting at midfield and the coin toss, the introduction of players coming up.
Thank you for being captains and leaders of your team. Put on a great show and having a good game. Best of luck to both teams.
Let's sit right there. Bill, let's sit right there.
Receive. Would like to kick. This way. Marian. Have won the toss. What do you see?
Okay, Joel, I'm down here in the field. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm not picking anything up on here, but Marian won the coin toss, and we'll be kicking off to the Knights.
Very good. Then we'll be back with the start of our ball game. This is Cougar Football on the road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Here we go, Knights!
This is Jason Shifley, principal at Bishop Winger High School. Students enter our school as children and emerge as adults, prepared to go out into the world with the tools necessary to become citizens of tools.
Okay, I just lost program feed. Still there, Rich?
496-4700 or visit us online at bishopwinger.com to find out how you can become a Dwenger Saint.
Opening prayer.
You're on.
Welcome back, everybody, at St. Vincent's Field here on the campus of Marian University. I'm Joe Parson. If you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mary Briscoe, and Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helped make this Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast possible. Need emergency dental care? Call Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950. That's 260-486-9950. Let's check the weather. Maybe some light showers still going on down there. But what we've got as far as temperature, probably just about as good as it's going to get. They said it would get up to 55, but with the rain, it may not be even quite that warm here today. Winds about a factor out of the northeast at about 16 miles an hour. I thought I heard, we missed the introductions, but I thought that our referee David Siegel had indicated that St. Francis won the toss and maybe deferred. We'll find out more about that here momentarily. As the Knights are sending out, they will be receiving the football. So St. Francis will kick away from right to left. Winds out of the northeast. This field is laid out from north to south. Cougars defending the goal to our right. That is the south goal. And they will kick it away from right to left. Very quickly, some of the other games going on elsewhere today. Concordia, they're 3-1 now on the year, and they're taking on USF Illinois. Taylor's on the road at Missouri Baptist. Siena Heights and Lindenwood Belleville are idle today. And, of course, the Cougars come home next Saturday after this 2-game road trip. High noon, the kickoff next Saturday. And tough customers, the Siena Heights Saints. So here we go. Here comes the kick by Nix. And a line drive kick is fielded inside the 20. Return across the 25 to the 30. Some running room to the right side. And still on their feet, they bring it all the way across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. That is a very good return. So it'll be very good field position for the Knights. We're underway here as returning that was Trey White. And the Knights will open up with very good field position as Krishan Hogan will check into the ball game. He goes wide to the left side, and it'll be an interesting matchup. Wilmer Cole replacing Nishan Lewis out today with an injured ankle. Marcus Stepp also out with a concussion. And it's 1st and 10 for the Knights. First snap of the ball game coming up. Hayden Northern out of the gun, looks to hand it off, and there's a big hole off to the left side, and Gibson just rolled around the left side up the midfield, and he's going to pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards on that first carry. Robert Gibson, 5'10 junior, 180-pounder. That's his 63rd carry of the year. Came into the ball game third in the Mid-States Football Association with 403 rushing yards. He has scored 5 touchdowns on the ground. 2 came last week in the big win here over Missouri Baptist. Second down and short. Northern out of the gun, looks to throw the ball left side's got a catch, and immediately good tackle by St. Francis. Doesn't stop the first down, though. It'll be into Cougar territory at the 43-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Time the Cougars are playing off a little bit defensively, and it was Trey White with an easy grab as he led them last week. 6 catches, 119 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. So very quickly, Marian on the move. They're at the USF 42, early moments of the ball game. We played about a minute. 2 wide to the right side, little motion behind the line of scrimmage. They'll run the ball once again. This time St. Francis stops that for a yard gain only, down to about the 41. Good penetration defensively by the left side coming up. Cale Tabler came up with some run support. Also Spencer Coward in on the play defensively. They call it no gain, in fact. Mark it at the 42. Gibson stays in as the running back. Offensive line for Marian averages 282 a man, tackle to tackle. Zach Mitchell at center. Darian McAllister along with Rob McKee, the guards. Jaron Bush and Logan Glaze, the starting tackles. Here's a roll to the right side. Northern time in the pocket. Throws long. He's got Trey White, and he can't find it. That ball sailed long and out of bounds. But he had a step on the Cougar defenders, and it'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10. As far as 3rd down situations, Marian very adept last week. They are 8 of 11 for 73%. And they are number 1 as far as 3rd down conversions in the Mid-States Football Association at 45%. St. Francis is number 3 at 43%. 3rd down and 10. Play clock at 15. Coming up to the line of scrimmage now. Krishan Hogan splits wide to the left side. 1 wide to the right. They've got a wing back also on the right side. Here's Northern. Floats the ball out, and that one is way high. Looking on a crossing pattern for Trey White. So, after a first down, it will be a punting situation for the Knights. Brandon Dowers will come on. He's got 18 punts this year, averaging 32 yards a punt. He's got a long of 51. He'll wait to receive. They snap from back at his own 44-yard line. Tabler is back, and he's got a little help back there as well. No score as the Cougars about ready to get their first possession of the ball game. Had some triple protection back there. There was movement at the line of scrimmage. We don't see a penalty flag as here's a kick coming near side and out of bounds. That's somewhere around the 15-yard line. Looks like the Cougars defensively were able to reset without drawing a penalty flag. Penalties, a bit of a problem last week. They had 10 for 121 yards. Marian in their big win. Both teams with a lot of points on the board. Marian here a week ago had 7 penalties for 73 yards. So Nick Ferrer comes out onto the field now. Brings the Cougar offense. They'll set up 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. First possession of the ball game for St. Francis. Keegan Bruner checks in at left tackle. Pistol alignment for Ferrer. Running back should be Harris. And here's Ferrer looking, throws the ball, and that's tipped into the air, and it's going to be intercepted. And it'll be returned by the defense of that, I believe, Donnie Delaney as Ferrer. That's his first pick of the year. They came from the blind side and intercepted by Delaney. It'll be 1st and goal, Marian inside the Cougar 5-yard line. So the first big turnover of the ball game sets up Marian for a possible early score. They're going to give that credit, I believe, to Dylan Detmore. But it will be 1st and goal at the USF 7-yard line. First interception of the year against Ferrer. He never saw him coming from the blind side. They caught just enough of his arm to deflect it high in the air. Little motion right to left side. They'll give the ball off up the middle. That's a give to Jakari Gore. Gore had 9 carries a week ago for 106 yards. He scored 2 rushing touchdowns. So much like St. Francis, Marian relies on a trio of running backs. Justin Billings also, in fact, led him a week ago with carries. He had 14 rushes for 119 yards, and he scored a couple of touchdowns. But it's Gore in the backfield right now, the lone setback. 2 wide to the right side. They'll pitch the ball, and here's Gore. Gore looking off tackle, and he'll go into the end zone. Touchdown run of 4 yards. So 2 plays after the interception by Detmore. And Gore capitalizing. Angled run, taking the pitch off to the right side at the 12-23 mark. And St. Francis, just like that, finds itself on the short end of a 6-0 score. Now Matt Plesek will check in to attempt the extra point. He was 10 of 11 last week and 23 of 24 on the year. Hogan is the holder. The right-footed kick is on the way. It's long enough, and it is good. 7-0 Knights capitalizing on the interception. And we'll be back here to Indianapolis. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Charlie Momper from Momper Insulation. We've been around since 1956, and we're still the number
Rich,
one.
remember you didn't open the game with the game open or the prayer.
Where we blow
That's no problem for me, but just so you're aware, in case anything you need to do with that
Give us a call and let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's probably too late now to do it.
No, not now, but I'm just saying to be aware of that.
Yep, did you say 1 minute?
No, just a one spot.
You're back.
So for the Cougars, it's try again now as they trail at 7-0. Plesac with the extra point. So for that interception, Ditmore, that's his first of the year. And for that Marian Knight defense, that is their 4th interception on the year. And they had 2 last week. So once again now it'll be a kickoff, end over end, coming down. And it's caught at the 10-yard line, near side. Looks like Gaston. Gaston runs into trouble, got to the 20-25. But it'll be St. Francis going back to work offensively, and we'll see how they can respond now after giving up that, after the interception, the 4-yard touchdown run to the Knights, who lead at 7-0. Cougars back home, as we mentioned, next Saturday, October the 10th, high noon, the kickoff against Siena Heights Saints. Aaron Harris will check into the ball game. Is averaging nearly 8 yards a carry, leads the Cougars in rushing with 4 rushing touchdowns. Four defensive down linemen for the Knights as Ferrer looks to hand it to Harris. Harris surrounded and not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Rojas came up out of his safety position, and they're playing run all the way. No gain on that carry. Second down and 10. Cougars moving right to left. Cam Smith into the ball game, split wide to the right side. Seth Coates had a big ball game once again last week. And he's got Garrett Ish defending on him. Here's Ferrer, wants to throw. Looks, throws left. He's got Coate. Coate with a fingertip catch up around across the 45-yard line, near side and out of bounds. So the Cougars, just like that, approaching midfield. They've got 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. And Seth Coate, who leads the Cougars with 5 receiving touchdowns, he is averaging over 26 yards of reception. And a big one right there as it moves them up just short of midfield. 3 wide this time to the right side for USF as Ferrer barking out the signals. Looking to hand the ball off, play action fake, and he's got Coate again down inside the 35 to the 30, and he carries tacklers down close to the 27-yard line. So back-to-back catches. That one sold very nicely, faking the handoff to Harris, the play action fake, and then the throw downfield, and St. Francis now moving the football. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Knights 28-yard line. Cody Appenzeller checks in. He's up on the wing to the right side, up in the slot position. They've got a wing back on the left side as well. Ferrer, again, looking to hand the ball off. This time Harris trying to, and he's going nowhere. He's going to lose yardage. That time they've 3, 4, 5 Knights came through defensive right side, and they're really keying on against the run against Aaron Harris. That'll be a loss back outside the 30 to the 32, a loss of about 4 yards. So 1st and 10 now becomes 2nd down and 14. Seth Coate has been the featured receiver. He's got a bit of a height advantage. He goes to 6'4". Ish has been guarding him. He's a 6-footer. Now from the left side hash mark, Ferrer again looking to make a play. Play action fake, spins, sets, being chased, rolls to the right side, puts one up. That one is not caught. As Appenzeller trying to drag a foot along the end line on the Cougar side of things, far side, but could not keep a foot inbounds, did not catch the ball. Pretty good coverage that time by Marian, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 14. 7-0 Marian. They capitalized on the interception. Deflected ball that gave him possession at the St. Francis 7. A couple of plays later, Gore took it in from 4 yards out. St. Francis now trying to reach the 19-yard line on this snap of the ball. On 3rd down, St. Francis, number 3, 43%. And here is Ferrer, steps up and steps up again, throws it right side. And that ball just sailed, caught by Harris, but out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th down. Ferrer did a nice job of stepping up in the pocket, felt the pressure collapsing on either side around him and behind him, but then was not able to square up and throw the ball with authority, kind of threw it off the back foot and it sailed out of bounds. And it might be getting a little bit wet too. As we mentioned, there was a chance of showers as the game developed, but just before kickoff, pretty steady rain started, and it's continuing to drizzle here in Indianapolis. Cougars going to roll the dice on 4th down and 14. They need 14 yards, and the ball is fumbled right away, and that'll give possession. Snap never really was handled cleanly out of the shotgun formation by Ferrer, so it'll be a 4th down stop, and the Marian defense will check into the ball game with this 7-0 Marian lead. Check the spot of the football. Looks like it'll be trying to keep the ball dry best they can, right around the 35-yard line. Technically, that ball might have been recovered by Marian, but either way, it was a 4th down play, so they were going to get the ball back one way or the other. Hayden Northern's numbers out at quarterback. They'll screen the ball left side. It's a low ball, but that's caught. And here's a big run down the left side as he was able to turn the corner. That was Trey White. Cale Tabler made the stop for St. Francis, but just one play there already at the USF 49-yard line. St. Francis could not get containment defensively to their defensive right side. Wilmer Cole was out there for a moment. Now Jarrell Holman's going to come over on that far side defensively. He'll be paying attention to Krishan Hogan, but they'll want to run the ball, and here's a big, no, it's a play action, faking a throw down the left side, no good. Boy, Hogan, now the backside official throws a late flag. Official is right there about 3 steps away from the play, never called through the flag. It might be holding against St. Francis. Referee today is David Siegel. Not picking up the call from the field, but it will be first down for the Knights. And the penalty, let's see, they've not going to mark the ball off inside the St. Francis 40-yard line. And they'll put it down at the 39. They've not yet marked the ball ready for play. They've still not even moved the down markers, the change across the way. And it will be first and 10 for Marian, leading it already. 9:25 remaining in the opening quarter at 7-0. 2 wide to the right side. And here's Northern. Once a throw over the middle's got an easy catch and grab. And here's Hogan reaching out. He's all the way down to the USF 15-yard line. He's a big receiver at 6'4". Came in 5th in receiving numbers, 23 catches as far as the MSFA is concerned, 406 receiving yards, and that ranks number 3. And now they're in the red zone once again, first and 10 at the USF 16-yard line. They'll look to hand the ball off. Here's a cut to the right side, and good play defensively. Spencer Coward stayed at home off his left side linebacker spot and knocked down Robert Gibson. That may be a loss. Well, they're going to give him a forward spot of the ball just inside the Cougar 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 1. Second down and 9. Gibson, the running back. Trey White is up in the slot to the right side. And they've got Jimmy Walker Jr. as a big receiver wide to the right side. Northern looking over the middle, dumps the ball off, but that one is knocked away. Matt Muncie got a hand in. Little drag pattern, and just like that, it'll be third down and 9. Incomplete pass stops the clock now with 8:27 remaining in this opening quarter. Play clock just starting. We'll remind everybody, help support your Catholic parish or school and help yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611 or visit them online at ndelevate.com to learn more. And here's a ball to the right side, and that is caught, and it'll be a first and goal situation. Trey White inside the Cougar 10-yard line down to about the 6. Quick hitting play. And it'll be first and goal for St. Francis, or for the Marian Knights, as they have that ball just outside the Cougar 5 at the 6-yard line. First and goal at the 6. Here's motion again, left to right. They'll reset as the deep handoff comes to Gibson. Gibson fighting for the goal line, got inside the 5, down inside the 2. They'll mark him down just inside the 2-yard line, so he'll pick up 4 yards. Now they're going to mark that ball just outside the USF 2-yard line, and tough place here to play as the Knights quickly, no huddle and up to the line of scrimmage. Northern under center, motion again, left to right side. Gibson, the running back, they'll give it to him again off the left side and walks into the end zone. Nobody laid a glove on him at the 7:35 mark. 2 touchdowns and a 13-0 lead right now for Marian here at home. Robert Gibson into the end zone. That's his 6th rushing touchdown of the year. Matt Plesac on to attempt the extra point, trying to make it a 14-0 early lead. Gibson is the holder. Right-footed kick is on the way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. Tough start for USF on the road today. They find themselves on the short end of a 14-0 score. We'll step out for this 30-second break. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Want low mortgage payments? With mortgage rates still near historic lows, now may be the right time to purchase the home of your dreams or refinance your current one. This is Dan Fivecoat from First Federal Bank. I will work with you one-on-one to find the perfect financing solution for you. After all, we're better together. Contact me, Dan Fivecoat, at 260-489-4621 or visit us on the web at first-fed.com for more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking at some of these numbers coming in between the two teams, St. Francis was averaging 56.5 points a ball game. That ranked number 1 in the Mid-States Football Association after scoring 74 last week in Illinois. But Marian right behind, number 2, scoring-wise, averaging 42.5 points a ball game. But it's Marian that has grabbed the early 14-0 lead here at home and now ready to kick it away once again left to right. St. Francis trying to settle down, and so far they have not had a whole lot to shout about. Good Cougar crowd in attendance across the way. Short drive down from Indy. Deep end over end kick. This will come down and fielded inside the 10. And Gaston again trying to make it, slipped on the turf across the 25. Try to make a cut. And USF comes back to work offensively with work to be done, trailing it here on the road at 14-0. Other games, as we mentioned, Concordia, they're taking on USF Illinois today. Concordia may be the surprise this year of the Mid-East League, certainly, at 3-1 overall. Taylor on the road at Missouri Baptist. And the other two teams, Siena Heights and Lindenwood Belleville, they are not playing today. 1st and 10 at the 25. Cougars want to try to run, and Harris nudges across the 25, runs into a wall. Got out to about the 27-yard line. And that is his best carry of the day so far. They've really done a good job of keying on and stopping Aaron Harris. He'll gain about 3, 2nd down and 7. Smith will check in wide to the right side. Appenzeller up in the wing to the slot to the right side. Seth Coate has caught a couple of balls already today. He's wide left. And Ferrer, long count from the line of scrimmage. Blitz is coming. Now screens the ball and had to throw it into the ground. That was a good decision because they were reading that very well. Daniel Rojas was right there. So Ferrer just threw the ball away at his feet. But now it'll be 3rd down and 7. They have had a great job of awareness of exactly what St. Francis is trying to do offensively. Cougars trying to reach their own 35-yard line on this snap of the football. Blitz coming up the middle, and there's a little motion near side as Ferrer is going to be tackled and sacked back around the 20-yard line. Came pouring through again. That was Shaquille Ash that got to him first. Had 8 tackles last week. 2 quarterback hurries and 2 tackles for loss. And the Cougars will go 3 and out, and they'll have to kick the ball away as Spitnail will come on to punt the ball, waiting back inside his own 10-yard line. St. Francis had a couple of the previous series. A couple of nice catches by Seth Coate and appeared to be on the move, but then they bogged down. Now here's Spitnail. Time, no rush. Kick is away high. Floating spiral ball. That one, fair catch is called. Little contact that time, but Jakari Gore holds on. It'll be decent field position for the Knights. They lead it here with 6:06 remaining first quarter at 14-0. They'll have 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. They want to change the football and try to keep a dry one in there for Marian now. I believe it's Terrence Bailey who's in there as the up back. He's kind of the H-back, and he moves in motion. Don't see a 41, but we've listed as 42. Meanwhile, here's a handoff, and second effort. That's Gore trying to pick his way, find a hole off to the left side, is able to squirt through for a couple of yards short of the 45. He'll be marked down at the 44-yard line. Cougars have got Lucas Sparks in at right defensive end. Trying to make some stops. Carrington Thompson at the left defensive end. Normally it's Jeffrey Jones and Christian Johnson, the two down defensive tackles. Northern with 14 on the play clock. Out of the shotgun formation now. 2nd down and 6. Got a real good spot of the ball. And here's Northern wanting to throw. Quick slant. They've got a catch to midfield, and that's close to a first down, depending where they spot it. They'll give them another yard to the 49. That looks to be enough for the first down. Micah Brown is the H-back in there right now. Micah Brown, not Terrence Bailey. And it's 1st and 10 for Marian as we wind it down to just over 5 minutes time remaining in this opening quarter. It's been all Marian, both sides of the ball in the early going. Northern now with a running back flank behind him. They'll hand the ball off, and St. Francis there this time. Jeffrey Jones wrapped them up for a loss, and that was Jakari Gore. Bit of a loss back to around they gave him a spot of the ball at the 49 of USF, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Trey White stays in wide to the left side. He'll be joined out there by Jimmy Walker. He's a 6'1 junior. In fact, they've got Tripp's package, a bunch diamond line up to the left side. Roll to the left side as Northern throws into the flats and's got a catch, and that'll be good for about 3 or 4 yards down to the USF. Where are they going to mark that ball? Gave some ground, and they're going to give them a great spot of that ball at the USF 43-yard line. Short of the first down, it'll be 3rd down and 4. They've got to get to the Cougar 39 on this snap. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. This time, the wide side of the field is to the right. They work from the left side hash mark. Northern again out of the shotgun. Short drop. Looking. Throws the ball to the left. Got an easy catch and grab again. Cougars are playing well off.
Reception on the sideline. Number 48.
Doty, the tight end that time, the 245-pound junior. A little square-out move on the left side, and they move the chains once again. So Micah Brown into the ball game, and primarily a blocking back for the runners back there. Clock is moving at 3.5 minutes time remaining. Marian trying to add to their 14-0 lead. This time, Micah Brown is up on the wing to the right side in motion once again. Resets back to the right. Play action fake. Northern, a lot of time in the pocket. Throws to the end zone. Got a wide open catch and another touchdown for Marian. This one good for 34 yards, and that was Sean Hogan who went up and got it on his fingertips. Did not get into the end zone. They're going to mark him down short at the 1-yard line. Thought he scored. As the knee hit at the 1, and they'll have to do it at least another play to get in. Gore stays in as the running back. Brown up on the wing to the right side, the blocking back. This time Northern under center. Looks, pitches the ball. Here's Gore running off tackle and met at the goal line, pushed back, and did not get in, did not break the plane of the goal. K.O. Chambers saved the touchdown at least for another play. So it'll be 2nd and goal. The ball about halfway between the 1 and the goal line. Marian going no huddle once again. Gore stays in as the running back. Brown up on the left wing this time. And again, Northern under center. 2 wide to the left side. As they'll hand it off, there's Gore diving for the end zone and got in. Broke the plane of the goal. 1-yard touchdown run as Marian at the 2:18 mark. And they are flexing their football muscles as they lead this at 20-0, pending the extra point try coming up by Matt Plesac. So Gore into the end zone, and he's got 3 touchdowns now over his last 2 ball games and 5 for the year. Waiting for the snap again, and Plesac with a right-footed kick, end over end and on the way, and it is good. 21-0 Knights, and we'll take a 30-second timeout. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Well, so far, St. Francis on the road today have found no solutions either side of the ball. Either able to move the ball with a couple of rare exceptions or able to stop the vaunted Marian offense. 21-0 Knights coming in and trying to get their second straight victory after that loss against Robert Morris 2 weeks ago in the Chicago suburbs. Marian ready to kick it away again from left to right. And here we go. Kick is end over end down the near side. Appenzeller back there, gathers it in at the 8. Cross the 10, 15, 20. Near side, cuts back to the boundary, got to the numbers. Cross the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And the Cougar offense will come back onto the field looking to get something going here. 2:11 still on the clock remaining in this first quarter. Marian with a early deflection of a Nick Ferrer pass intercepted, and that paved the way for a Jakari Gore 4-yard touchdown run. Then after a 4th down stop, giving the Knights possession of their own 35, that led to a 2-yard Robert Gibson touchdown run. And most recently, Gore again with a dive across into the end zone. Here is a run by Justin Green. Green checks into the ball game for St. Francis, darting his way across the 30, got up to about the 34-yard line, and that's one of the best runs of the day so far. That'll be a pickup of about 5, nearly 6 yards. Justin Green is averaging over 6.5 yards a carry, 2 rushing touchdowns this year. That is his 50th carry of the season. So he is the running back now. Seth Stewart is up on the wing to the right side. Part of a trips package wide to the right. 4 down defensive linemen. And they'll run the ball again. And here's Green. Gets by 1 at the 35. Got another couple of yards up close to the 37. It'll bring up a 3rd down call with under 90 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Cougars trying to play fast. They need a yard on 3rd and short, and here's Green. Green, did he get there? And he dives late second effort, got to the 39. That is very, very close. It will depend on the spot of the ball. And it will be 1st and 10 for St. Francis. So Green with a great effort. They had him trapped short, but he was able to squirm free enough and dive forward down up to the USF 39-yard line. Exactly 1 minute remaining in this opening quarter. St. Francis trying to keep that Marian offense on the sidelines if they can as much as possible. 3 wide to the right side for Ferrer. Looking, wants to throw the ball. Play action fake. He's got Coate open for a moment, and he's got the ball. Gets by 1 at the 35 to the 30. He's got a blocker at the 20, at the 15 to the 10, and the 5, and a touchdown. Seth Coate into the end zone. That is good for 61 yards at the 35-second mark, and the Cougars salvage a score late in this opening quarter. Coate running the deep post, made a nice move, got by 1 would-be tackler inside the Marian 30-yard line and legged it the rest of the way and had a blocker down to help as well. Down the right sideline into the end zone, and USF on the board trailing at 21-6. As Nick's on to attempt the extra point. High snap, hold is good, the kick is on the way, curling a bit, but it is good. So USF on the board, finally 21-7, still down 14, and we'll keep things right here. Take a quick look at some of the upcoming games as far as the Knights. They begin a 3-game road trip next week. That'll take them in turn each week to Taylor, then to Lindenwood Belleville, and then to Concordia. So 3 straight on the road for the Knights after today. today will cap their 2-game homestand. As far as St. Francis, they begin a 2-game homestand next week. And up first, it'll be Siena Heights at 12 noon. Then 2 weeks, they'll face Concordia. And both games kicking off at Darcy Stadium at 12 noon. Hope you can come on out and enjoy Cougar football. Maybe trying to brighten up a little bit here in Indianapolis on the near northwest side, and certainly from a Cougars perspective, a little bit brighter than most of this quarter. But USF on the board. Now they'll kick it away from right to left. Nix says he's ready to go. Gore is back deep and kick returns. Here's a pooch kick coming down and fielded at the 32-yard line by one of the up folks, and they'll have possession just across the 35 at the 36-yard line. So give credit for that return, as it will be Cameron Utter, one of the up backs. But Marian first and 10 at their own 36-yard line, still leading it now 21-7. Knights coming up to the line of scrimmage now. They'll work from the left side hash mark. 31 seconds remaining in the quarter. 2 wide to the right. Pearson Harnish trying to reposition his defensive lineman. And here's Northern, steps up the pocket. And this time they'll have him for a loss. Coverage sack that time. He could find nobody open. And brought down inside the Marian 35 to the 34. Going to spark that ball right at squarely on the 35-yard line. But the first time that USF has really been able to get to Hayden Northern. A loss of 1, and they may not elect to run another play. We're down to 4 seconds, and at the end of 1, Marian with 3 quick scores, but St. Francis answering with a long one of their own. It's 21-7, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Cougar Football and Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature...
You guys haven't done H&L Electric, right?
That's a live read for me.
Are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
Back in Indianapolis, I'm Joe Parson. Glad you could join us. I believe the rain has basically stopped, at least for the time being. Well, maybe misting a little bit at this point, and depending now where we look, it looks like it's starting to come down a little bit, a steady drizzle. 21-7 as we get ready to start the second quarter. It'll be second down and 11. Knights now work from right to left. They may have a bit of a wind in their face to work with. Winds out of the northeast today at about 16, 17 miles an hour, but gusting. Krishawn Hogan in wide to the left side. And the Cougars getting ready to defend as Northern screens the ball. He's got Hogan middle of the field and runs to midfield to the 45. He's got a chance, gets to the outside, and nice adjustment. That was Wilmer Cole that stopped and saved the touchdown. As Hogan, just a great speed after he caught the ball, worked his way from left to right across the middle of the field and gets to the USF 34 in a hurry. So first and 10 as the Knights quickly open up play here in the second quarter. Micah Brown stays in as the H-back. And let's see if Gibson's back in there as the running back now. Under center is Hayden Northern. And there was motion and movement across the line, but they're able to reset. No penalty flag. Now, once again, Coward showing a blitz defensive right side. As Micah Brown comes up, they'll hand the ball to Gibson, and he jumps to the line. Is stopped at the USF 33. There was a penalty flag thrown. A couple of flags, in fact, on the play. A referee today, David Siegel, will let us know what's going on. Cougars initially jumped, but I believe got back and reset. We'll check and see what this is about. It's a legal shift, the call against Marian. As far as some of the numbers of the first quarter, Gibson had 5 carries for 13 yards, a touchdown. Gore with 6 carries, 12 yards but 2 scores. Hayden Northern, 8 of 11 through the air, 110 yards. He was sacked once. And Ferrer, 3 of 7 for 107 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack, and his first interception of the year. So a loss of 5 on the penalty, first down and 15. This time out of the shotgun. And here's Gibson, starts right and steps out of a tackle, missed tackle, cuts to the 35, to the 30-yard line, delivers a blow as much as got it that time. St. Francis has some new numbers. Nishan Lewis not in there, able to play today. Shaitan Harris seeing some reps defensively at one of the corners. Tabler's still out there, and Wilmer Cole. So some young folks got the penalty yardage back, plus 5 yards, second down and 5. Bunch line up to the right, the wide side of the field. Here's a screen coming up. That ball is caught, and they'll clear out for Trey White, and he's got a first down. Inside the USF 25, down to about the 22-yard line. And once again, the Knights on the move as they lead at 21-7. And they're approaching the red zone once again. Hogan checks out of the ball game near side. Gibson stays in as the running back, 2 wide to the left. Northern taking a look, now under center. And when he pitches the ball back, here's Gore. Gore looking for running room, trying to turn the corner again, and does. Nudges out of bounds on the near side, got inside the USF 20-yard line. Shaitan Harris on that stop. Gibson, he goes 180, but kind of an elusive runner. And St. Francis has not been able to really get a real good beat on him in the backfield. They've had some opportunities. There was movement at the line of scrimmage, might be a free play. Throw to the right side is on the way, and that ball was initially, now it's not caught. Incomplete pass. I believe that one, no free play for Marian, might have been, yes, they're pointing St. Francis way on encroachment. As one of the linemen jumped defensively for St. Francis. It was second down and 6 at the 12:46 mark. Offsides is a call against St. Francis. That is just what they needed, so it'll be an automatic first down. And first and 10 at the Cougar just outside, looks like around the 13-yard line. Let's call it first and 10 at the 12. They'll work from the left side hash mark. Dowdy's in, he's tight to the left side, and 2 wide to the right. Northern checking about to his left. Gibson still the running back. They'll pitch the ball to him. Runs to the short side, trying to make a move this time, and wrapped up and dropped back at the 14. Good job that time. Pearson Harnish did not buy the fakes. Wrapped up, caught him high around the shoulder pads, then dropped Robert Gibson. And that'll be a loss of a couple of yards. They'll mark that ball back outside, inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Dowdy this time is going to flip-flop. He'll be tight to the right. That's the wide side of the field as they work from the left side hash mark. Just over 12 minutes remaining in the first half. And here's the quick screen as the ball sails high and incomplete. Actually, Trey White was the intended receiver on the quick slant, but he had no chance on that one. He goes 5'11". That ball, Hayden Northern, kind of sailed on him. And again, we've noticed that both Ferrer, when they're throwing from the left to the right against the teeth of the wind, the ball might be catching a little bit, impacted a bit by that northeasterly wind. Now it's third down and long, third down and 12. As far as third downs in the first quarter, Marian was 2 of 3. St. Francis was 1 of 3. Shotgun formation for Hayden Northern. 2 wide to the right. And a short drop. They'll look, throw over the middle. Has got a man wide open. Easy touchdown. That's Hogan again, Krishan Hogan. And a 14-yard touchdown pass. And just nobody there to stop Krishan Hogan at 6'4". Time of the score at 12 minutes of the second quarter. And Northern with all the time in the world to get comfortable and wait till the pass cleared on the route run by Krishan Hogan. Leasack ready to attempt the right-footed extra point kick on the way, and it is good. So 28-7, again a 21-point lead for the Marian Knights here at home. And we'll be back with a timeout. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard.
I was asking if you guys have done the H&L Electric.
No, I'll get it. Relax. Okay. I'll take care of it.
For orthopedic needs, call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthome.com.
Back in Indianapolis, Joe Parson with you on this Saturday afternoon. Right now, Kevin Daly kind of wondering and wishing he had been able to bank some of those 74 points scored last week against Dale Carlson's Lindenwood Belleville team, as they are on the short end again, down 21 here on the road to the top 10 ranked Marian Knights, coming in this week ranked number 6. It's 28-7. And St. Francis this time will have the wind behind him as the kick, line drive kick, end over end, coming near side. Appenzell is going to go out of bounds, led to go out of bounds. And USF should take over at their own 35-yard line. This is not the kind of team, though, you can just trade points. Got to get a couple of stops. Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, and that's H&L Electric, specializing in commercial electric needs for the business community. H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. That's 260-357-0123. What an easy number to remember. H&L Electric. So here come the Cougars out once again. Their offensive unit. They found the end zone, their last possession. Play action fake. No, they hand the ball off, and running room for Justin Green as he's close to a first down. As he brings it on the near side across the 40 up to about just short of the 45-yard line. It is enough for a first down. And again, it's been a process, but the run game begins to start to emerge for St. Francis here this afternoon. Ferrer looking at the Cougar bench, hands on hips across the way. Cougar offensive line averaging 280 a man. Ryan Gagner, Zach Minardo, Gus Hancock, along with Keegan Bruner and Alex Woods up front. 1st and 10. Here is a deep handoff. There's Green, gets by one, slips through again, spins off a tackle, and spins his way out to nearly midfield. Boy, that's getting 4 yards the hard way. A couple of pirouette moves nicely by Justin Green, and he'll pick up 4 tough yards in the process. They'll mark him down at the 49-yard line. Seth Cote in, wide to the left. That's the short side of the field. 2 wide to the right, including Cam Smith. Cam has not been able to find the ball yet today. Ferrer, blitz coming defensive right side. Here's a quick throw. That's knocked down and incomplete as one of the big linemen got a hand on it. Jacob Pickett, who had 3 tackles last week, has 1 fumble recovery. He's 6'2", 265. Batted the ball down, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. St. Francis trying to reach the Marian 45-yard line and down 21 points. Coach stays into the short side, wide left. And Smith, Cam Smith, wide to the right. And here's Ferrer. Barking out the signals. Play clock almost ran down on him. Throws to the left side's got a catch. And boy, there's a big shot in the back. Coat held on to the ball, paid a price. He was ready to step out of bounds anyway, and the defender made sure of it with authority. But it is a first down, and St. Francis now has a 1st and 10 at the Marian 39-yard line. Cougars huddling up and ready to come up to the line of scrimmage. Wood stays in. He's the left side tackle. Too wide to the right. That's the wide side of the field for Ferrer with a first down. Looking at Green again. Starts left, cut back, and can't get anywhere. They got great penetration. That was Pickett again that got through the line of scrimmage. It'll be a tackle for a loss of about 3 yards. Cougars trying to find a solution, and it is the linemen, defensive linemen, that are able to fight their way with chances for tackles for loss in the Cougar backfield. 2nd down and 13. The lights are on here in Indianapolis. Ferrer out of the pistol once again, looking, and does hand the ball off. And Green trying to fight back for the lost yardage. Gets back to the 39. That's where this series started. And it'll be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 10, in fact. Trying to get just inside the Marian 30-yard line. St. Francis on 3rd downs last week, just 2 of 7 for 29%, but still at 43% for the year. Needing 10 yards right now on this snap. And here's Ferrer, short drop, looks, checks off, screening play over the middle. He's got a catch by Gegner, and then he left his feet and never got to the spot. He's upended at the 35. Gegner, 232, 6'3", but never had a chance as they caught him in midair and dumped him right there. So it's at the 35, and St. Francis may want to talk about things now. Gegner comes out. Sean Boswell comes into the ball game. Cougars need a play right now with 8:42 remaining in this first half. Clock is moving. They're down 28-7 on the road. Now the cornerbacks come up and press coverage. And Ferrer, here's his own blitz coming. Looking, throws over the middle. He's got a catch at the 20-yard line. And let's see if it is Boswell inside the 15. Takes it down close to the 14-yard line. Ferrer responding to pressure. There is a penalty flag, and let's see which way this is going to go. David Siegel threw it, and generally that's where you would expect holding. Waiting to see. Referee talking to a couple of other officials. St. Francis already backing up, though, and that may be a costly penalty, as they had the first down with good delivery by Ferrer right down the middle. Still no indication. Personal foul, chop block against St. Francis. So not a holding call, was a chop block. Hit him low. And instead of 4th down and 5, let's see if this changes the complexion of the call for St. Francis. Now they will bring the punt team out. So missed opportunity. Very bad timing on that penalty. As they had the first down with Boswell inside the 20-yard line, instead they'll have to punt the ball away. Spidnail with his first punt of the day, going 38 yards. He's been averaging 36.5 yards a punt this season. Waits inside the USF 40-yard line. Got the kick away. This one sailing near side, looking for the coffin corner. Hits about the 15-yard line. We'll see where they line it up, as he was not going to permit a return on that punt. But Marian will have the ball back with just over 8 minutes time remaining in the first half. They're up 21 points on 11th ranked St. Francis here in Indianapolis. 28-7 our score. Oh, they're going to mark that ball. In fact, at the 10-yard line is where it went out of bounds. So the poorest starting field position of the day for the Knights at their own 10. And let's see if it's Gore back in there. Jakari Gore, I believe, is the running back now, the one back. Cougars show up and not much of an opening off to the right side. Gore trying to work between guard and tackle off to the right, across the 10. And it's going to get about a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up. Carrington Thompson credited with the stop. They're bringing some big folks in now. Big offensive line starting today, 282 a man tackle to tackle. Krishan Hogan, got to watch him. Wilmer Cole have the coverage out on the far side. Playing off about 6, maybe, and now he's dropping way off. And here is Northern wanting to throw. Checks off, throws down. He's got a man, and that's the ball incomplete. And that's intercepted on the deflection. Is picked up, and a run by Cale Taylor looking for the end zone. Did he get in? Waiting for the indication. Touchdown! So a deflected ball. Cale Taylor was there, picked it up at about the 35-yard line. And the turning fortunes for St. Francis as they get a touchdown by their defense. And Cale Taylor, who's had a great year with interceptions, is that will be his 3rd interception of the year, and he takes it with a dive to the corner of the end zone, got it inside the pylon, broke the plane of the goal, and the Cougars are on the board, trailing at 28-13. We'll call it a 35-yard interception and touchdown. The Cougars had one last week with Wilmer Cole. Carried into the end zone by 3 of his teammates. Jarzad the holder on the extra point try, and this one is blocked. So Nix, who had one block last week and one block this week, and it will remain a 28-13 ball game, but St. Francis getting a score from their defense, and they're back within 15. And we'll take a timeout here from Indianapolis with 7:06 on the clock. 28-13 is our score. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Looking to finance your education, a new car, your first home? Whatever your next big move is, Three Rivers can help. Three Rivers believes that everyone has the power to achieve financial success, and that's why we provide our community with the tools, guidance, and services needed to make it happen. So, what's next on your bucket list? Start your relationship with Three Rivers today so you can reach your goals tomorrow. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org.
Cougars have trailed by as many as 21 points today. In fact, led 21-0 in the early part of the ball game, but have responded with a Ferrer to Seth Coates' 61-yard touchdown pass play, make it 21-7, and then after Hogan got into the end zone on a 14-yard touchdown catch, it is Cale Taylor on a deflected ball interception, returning it some 35 yards, and it is 28-13. As now St. Francis will kick away from left to right again. High, short kick, end over end. That'll be caught and a fair catch at the right around the 25-yard line. And once again, the Marian offense will check in back to the ball game. That interception goes against Hayden Northern, and came in with just 3 interceptions on the year. That's his 4th. Hayden Northern's numbers, by the way, starting the day, 65% completion average, 77 of 118 to start the day, 1,133 yards, 12 touchdowns, and now his 4th interception of the year. So both quarterbacks have been picked off once. Northern's averaging 283.2 yards a game. That ranks number 5 in the Mid-States Football Association. Out of the shotgun formation. Play action. No, he did hand the ball off to Gibson. Trying to push the pile forward. Got across the 25. They'll get him another yard to the 26-yard line. Spencer Coward in on the stop once again for St. Francis, trying to tighten things up. Where they've had some problems early on stopping the run, they've tightened up quite a bit on that. But still, they've had some problems minus Nishan Lewis, with some of the younger troops having forced into action today and stopping the talented Krishan Hogan, among others, with Trey White included. That was a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Under 6.5 minutes time remaining. Northern again wants to throw. Looks near side. That one was off the fingertips, an incomplete little drag route run by Trey White, the 5'11 junior. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 as the Knights trying to get out to their own 35-yard line on this snap of the football. Again, they do not huddle up. White, I should say, stays in. He's up in the slot to the near side. And let's see if that Hogan, it is Hogan out there. He is the lone wide out to the right. Wilmer Cole's got the coverage assignment. That's a tough one for that young player in the silver and blue. 2 safeties back now for St. Francis. And Northern ready to take the snap. Wants to throw again. Looking. Steps up the pocket. Throws to the right side. No chance. Short hopped in there. Looking for Hogan again, but that ball never had a chance, and it'll be 3 and out. Now for the Knights, as St. Francis, much better job defensively, and they're about to get the ball back with just over 6 minutes remaining in this first half. So Sean Boswell and Cale Tabler drop back in punt return. Tabler just returned the deflected ball interception for a touchdown. Sets up right around the USF 45. Boswell backing up. As we wait for the Brandon Dowers punt coming up, he waits inside the Knight 15. Rush is coming, got the kick away. High, short, wobbly ball. That one will hit at the 45, takes a Cougar bounce upfield to the 50. So St. Francis down 15. They'll have very good field position at midfield with exactly 6 minutes remaining in this first half. I'm going to check some of those other numbers. As we mentioned, both these teams have done a good job this year. St. Francis coming in unbeaten at 4-0. Knights at 3-1. As far as the turnover margin, Marian still -3 for the year. Although in the win last week over Missouri Baptist, they were +2. St. Francis is +4 for the year, and that takes into account +3 on the road at Lindenwood Belleville. Here's a run now by P.J. Dean, gets his first snap of the day, and into Marian territory. He spins his way down to about the 47-yard line. St. Francis, the third running back they've used today. Harris started. Green with some good deliveries. Running the ball, that's a pickup of 3. Ferrer out of the pistol now, taking a look at those linebackers. Wants to throw. Checks off, throws to the middle. He's got a crossing pattern. That one nearly picked off. A little bit behind the intended receiver, Sean Boswell. He had a step, but Ferrer did not lead him enough at the 35-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. St. Francis trying to get to the Knight 40-yard line. Cougars trying to make a play right now. Boswell stays in. Monte McDowell checks into the ball game. He's wide to the left. 2 safeties back, and they're well back around the 35-yard line. Cougars trying to get to the 40. Blitz coming up the middle. And here's Ferrer. Throws over the middle. He's got a man, but that one died on Ferrer. Looking for McDowell. Trying to run a deep post pattern. And it'll be 4th down and a squandered opportunity. They had the ball at the 50-yard line. And they'll have to punt the ball away with 5:18 remaining in the first half. Ferrer trying to battle the elements. A little bit wet today here in Indianapolis. Wind, gusting wind at times, although he's got that last series with him, but he couldn't get the ball threaded in there where it needed to be. Now Spitnail waits at his own 40-yard line to punt the ball away. Good delivery, no rush. Beautiful spiral driving punt. That will be kicking into the end zone as they could not get to the ball.
Let's go!
Trevon Wilson had the best shot at it, but he kicks into the end zone, and it'll be Marian getting the ball back with 5:10 remaining and still leading at 28-13 in the first half. Well, a nightmare start for St. Francis on the road today, falling behind fairly early 21-0, and then starting to rally a bit. Get a long pass play touchdown combination from Nick Ferrer to Seth Coate. Then the deflected ball that turned into a pick 6. Interception returned for a touchdown by Cale Tabler. That's where we are right now, 28-13. Northern 1st and 10 at his own 20-yard line. Long count from the line of scrimmage. Hands the ball off. Here's Gore trying to pick his way to the right. Spins back to the 20-yard line. Maybe gets a yard. Cougars doing a better job now, as we mentioned, stacking things up at the point of attack. Jeffrey Jones in their defensive line, the 248-pound senior on the nose, or in the middle. Also on the right side, that's Jordan May. Second down and 9. Shotgun formation, Northern. Quick drop, and he screens the ball right side. But again, the Cougars flow to the football. Coward rotated over that way, got him by a shoelace. And they'll have that catch only out to about the 23-yard line. So it's third down and let's call it 6. Knights trying to reach their own 30-yard line on this snap. Again, they stand around. They do not really huddle up. Trey White, he comes in the slot right side. And Northern checks off with still 23 on the play clock. They want to see the Cougars defensively, how they line up. Gore stays in. They'll flip-flop him now from the right side to the left side. Cougars show defensive blitz coming up the left side. Here's a quick throw. That one's picked off by Coward. Coward inside the 10 to the 5, and he'll score. That is a 20-yard interception return to the house. And the Cougars have got 2 defensive interceptions for touchdowns. At the 3:42 mark, they're back within 9 points at 28-19. Call it a 30-yard interception, 20-yard interception by Spencer Coward. Coward, that's his 3rd pick of the year. And he had clear sailing to the goal line. So St. Francis revving up the D. Now let's see if they're going to go for 2. Trying to get back within 7 points, and who would have thunk it when it was 21-0. Play clock is running. We're down to 18. St. Francis still bringing the offensive unit onto the field. They will not huddle up. And here is Ferrer. He's got motion Appenzeller. Looking. The rush is on. Got rid of the ball late, and that one is intercepted at the goal line. So that never had a chance. St. Francis cannot adjust to the pressure. Nonetheless, they get a touchdown return. Spencer Coward on the pick 6, 28-19. And the Cougars are back within single digits, down 9 here on the road. We'll be back after a timeout. This is Cougar Football on the road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
He has counted to infinity twice. He once set a land speed record on a surfboard. Bruce Springsteen calls him the boss. He is the most fascinating man alive.
I don't always buy diamonds, but when I do, I prefer Peter Franklin Jewelers. Stay sparkly, my friend.
Trying to clear up a little bit here in more ways than one at St. Vincent Field here on the campus of Marian University. I'm Joe Parson. Glad you could join us here today, everybody. And now with 3:42 remaining in this first half, St. Francis will kick it away again from left to right. Here's momentum turning a little bit. We will find out. Here's an end-over-end kick coming down far side. That's fielded at the 5. Return across to the 10. Running room to the right side. Penalty flag is thrown as the gain will be across the 30 up to the 31-yard line. But let's see if that one is going to bite the Knights a little bit and move them back. David Siegel, our referee today, will let us know here momentarily. Mentioned Hayden Northern's numbers coming in. He had only 3 interceptions on the year. Twice today has been picked off. That's a block in the back by Marian. So that flag was thrown at the 21-yard line, and that'll move them back inside their 15-yard line. Still 3:36 on the clock here, late in this second quarter. Robert Gibson will check in as the running back. Looks like they're going to go back to Micah Brown as the H-back, who's basically a motion blocking back for Gibson. And it will be Hayden Northern under center this time, ready to take the snap. And looking, he'll hand the ball off. Gibson cuts to his left, ran into a wall. Somebody had him by an ankle. So it was 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line, and he'll get up to about the 15. Call it a pickup of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Well, Marian's got to be thinking, 2 interceptions for touchdowns, and that can kind of play into the psyche of a quarterback and even a talented quarterback's mind. Ball's at the 15-yard line. Of course, Marian not wanting to make a mistake here. Shaitan Harris got the coverage near side at the corner. Here is Hayden Northern with the out pass, and he's got Jimmy Walker for a catch across the 20. And let's see if that's enough yardage for a first down. They will move the chain, so little square out pattern by the 6'1 junior receiver, Jimmy Walker Jr. And he's got Marian a little more breathing room as they've got it at their own 23-yard line with 2:44 remaining in this first half. Cameron Utter has checked into the ball game as one of the wide receivers. Here's Trey White in motion from left to right. They'll screen the ball to him. Low ball. And that one, you got to be careful. That one, though, it's going to be ruled an incomplete forward pass. He was ahead of him, low, and to the turf. So that stops the clock with 2:29 remaining here in the first half. 28-19. St. Francis with 2 touchdowns by their defense in this second quarter. Interception returned by Tabler and another one by Coward. Second down and 10 out of the shotgun formation, and they'll look to run the ball again. Gibson off tackle to the right side, and angling still on his feet, trying to reach the 30-yard line. He's going to have 5, maybe 6 yards. That'll bring up a third down call for the Knights. Third down, and they say the knee hit back around the 29-yard line. So third down and 5 as they try to reach their own 34. Clock will reach 2 minutes right now. Time remaining in this first half. Walker in wide to the left side. Part of a trips package. That's the wide side of the field. Cougars trying to adjust defensively. Coward comes out here in coverage as well. Here's Northern. Throws against the grain. Looking long, and that one no chance. Had a man open. That was Trey White again. Left his feet. He goes 5'11" and could not find the handle. So it's fourth down, and St. Francis will get another chance offensively with 1:43 remaining in the first half. Down 9. So we'll see Brandon Dowers in once again. He's had a long punt this year of 51 yards against Missouri Baptist here on this field. He averaged 37.5 yards a punt on 2 punts. He had a long of 38 last week. He waits inside his own 15-yard line. High snap. Rush is coming. Got it away. Nice wobbly sailing kick. Boswell rotates on the ball back to the 30. Calls fair catch. And St. Francis, another chance. They're 70 yards away, trying to move it with 1:36 remaining in this first half. And I believe they've got all full complement of all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Well, Boswell, they're going to give him a good spot of that ball up around the 32. He called fair catch at the 32, but that ball sailed on him a little bit and carried back to about the 30, so he got a bit of a break there. Now the Cougars looking to give Ferrer a little more protection. Wants to throw again. Looks over the middle. There's a nice catch. And giving ground, I believe that's Cam Smith. Rotates, thins to his right. Caught the ball at the 42. Brings it out to the 45 on the little spin move. And hurry-up offense now for St. Francis. Clock stops with 90 seconds remaining. First and 10 at the 41, and the clock begins to move again. St. Francis trying to get it in. Zone blitz coming up the middle. Here's Ferrer. Checks off. Throws to the left side. A diving catch. That's Appenzeller. Has it 2 yards deep into Marian territory at the 48 with 1:15 on the clock. And again, the Cougars hurry up the line of scrimmage. Seth Coate in. They play well off of him defensively. He's had a 61-yard touchdown pass play reception already today. Ferrer looks that way. He's got Coate. He's got Coate at the 40. And brings tacklers down inside the 37 to the 36-yard line. They'll move the chains. The clock is stopped with 59 seconds remaining. Ferrer wants to spike the ball, but doesn't really need to. He's under center with 57. Finally does take the snap and spikes the ball. They really had time because that clock was stopped. And And he had his team up the line of scrimmage and was set. Now it'll be 2nd down and 10. But they saved the timeouts. And the ball now is at the 37-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Smith wide to the right side. 2 safeties back, waiting at about the Marian 25-yard line. Ferrer out of the pistol, drops to throw again, looks, dancing, steps flush to his left, throws to the sideline, and that one is really thrown away. Nobody home that time, as Seth Coate was well bracketed. He had a receiver up in front of him and one behind, and Ferrer would really have had to thread the needle to try to get that ball in there to Seth Coate. Did stop the clock with 48 seconds remaining, and 3rd down and 10 coming up. Cougars trying to reach the 27-yard line of Marian. They'll have 2 plays basically to work with. Again, 3 wide to the right, the wide side of the field. Here's motion by Seth Stewart, right to left behind. Here's the blitz coming. That's picked up. Ferrer cuts back to his left. One going to throw the ball, and he can't get rid of it. And he's sacked again back outside at the 44-yard line. He panicked back there a little bit. He had some time. Now comes up flexing the left knee. It would have been a tough throw for him, the right-handed thrower, as we have a timeout now called with 37 seconds remaining. So it'll be 4th down and 16. And we'll keep things right here. Just 37 seconds remaining in this first half. Reminder, Cougars return home to Darcy Stadium next Saturday afternoon. Begins a 2-game homestand. Up first, the Siena Heights Saints. 12 noon, the kickoff next Saturday. Hope you can come out and join us. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer than we have here today on the road. And then 2 weeks from today, it'll be Concordia, who's been one of the surprise teams of the Mid-States Football Association, as they already have 3 wins this season. Now the Cougars on 4th down. Don't believe they would take a chance here with 37 seconds remaining, but then again, you never know. Battle for first place today in the Mid-East League. Marian came in at 1-0 in the league, as St. Francis was a perfect 2-0 and 4-0 on the season. And they do have the offensive unit in there. They've got to get back to the 27. Now the Knights are dropping 5 deep into coverage. Motion again, Seth Stewart right to left. Ferrer wanting to throw, looking. They can't find anybody. Flush to his left. Now throws on the runs. Got a catch made. Appenzeller takes a big hit. That might be helmet to helmet. A penalty flag is thrown at the 19-yard line, and Appenzeller is down. I mean, he went down like a shot. And immediately the Cougar staff is out there. They're paying attention, and Appenzeller gets up on his feet. He's a tough little kid, let me tell you. 5'9" senior, held onto the football. Officials discussing it. There was a penalty flag. It looked initially like it was helmet to helmet. But we will see. 28 seconds remaining. Well, even a field goal at this point would make it 28-22. But we will see. Officials still have not sorted things out. Will they pick up the flag and just call it a legal hit, hard hit, or will they say it was helmet to helmet? We're still not, and the officials still gathered around conferring. And the more time they take, you would think that does not bode well from a St. Francis standpoint. But Ferrer, again, flushed out of the pocket to his left and thrown against the grain of the body, the right-handed thrower, and delivered it on target to Appenzeller, who just took a couple of more steps and went down like a shot. Right now, the ball will be at the... Let's see where it's going to be, back, I think, around the 19-yard line, pending the outcome of... And then they're still discussing the officials. What do we have here? Apparently they're picking up the flag, and then they rule it no catch. Incomplete pass is the way they rule it. Wow.
No, that's a bad call.
Okay. It's an incomplete pass. And then personal foul against Marian. So St. Francis will not have the catch at the 19.
It's horrible.
And Garrett Ish, I believe, may have been ejected. He was kicked out. Well, they took several minutes to discuss. Appenzeller did not hold on to the football. It was ruled, but now the penalty will take the ball down inside the 30-yard line to the 28-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 with 28 seconds remaining. And St. Francis still with a challenge, trying to get close enough for Knicks to attempt at least a field goal if they can't find the end zone to get in for a touchdown. It remains 28-19 our score, 28 seconds on the clock. So Ish's day is done. One of their starting corners. Seth Coate comes in wide to the left side. Cam Smith wide to the right. And I believe that's Boswell in the slot to the right side. Ferrer trying to make a play now. Drops, throws to the left. He's got a ball that's dropped. That time, a little square out pattern run by Seth Coate. Ball was low and a little bit behind him. Had it in his fingertips for a moment. That took 5 seconds off the clock. It would have been ball out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line, 1st and 10. But instead now it will be 2nd down and 10 with the ball back at the 28. Same lineup, Boswell in the slot to the right side. Cam Smith split wide of him. That's the wide side of the field. Ferrer now with 2 running backs in there for protection. He loads up, throws to a spot. He's got Cam Smith at the 15. Holds on to the ball with 17 seconds. The clock stops. They'll move the chains. And the Cougars now, they may take another timeout. And they will, St. Francis. They've got 1 remaining, 17 seconds on the clock. It'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 15-yard line. Other games going on elsewhere today in the Mid-States Football Association as far as the Mid-East League. Concordia, they are 3-1 on the year, and they're taking on USF Illinois today. Taylor on the road at Missouri Baptist. And other than this game, that's about it elsewhere, as both Siena Heights will see the Saints next week in Fort Wayne. They're idle today. Lindenwood Belleville, after absorbing that 74-13 loss at home last week, they're idle today. And the potential right now, if St. Francis can find the end zone 15 yards out, they've got the potential of being down only a deuce. And what a turnaround that would represent. Well, Seth Coate checks in, kind of a modified huddle. He is tight to the left side now. A little different formation look by St. Francis, as Ferrer's got Boswell in motion. Looking, the rush is coming. Steps up the pocket, throws to the right, and Cam Smith was knocked down. There will be a penalty flag. Clock ran down to 12 seconds. The flag is thrown at the 6-yard line. That might be holding. Or are they going to call it pass interference? Side judge made the call on that one, and we'll wait again for our referee, David Siegel, to let us know. Holding will be the call, defensive holding against the Knights. It'll be half the distance to the goal. That'll take the ball down somewhere around the 7. So it'll be 1st and goal for St. Francis with 12 seconds remaining. Chance for 2, maybe 3 very quick plays. Certainly 2, as long as you can get rid of the ball fairly quickly. Play clock is at 19. Cougars do huddle up now. 1st and goal at the 7. Coate stays in. He's tight to the left side. Seth Stewart up on the wing. And here he comes in motion from left to right. Now they'll hand the ball off. And it's going to be a halfback option. Thrown to Appenzeller. It's good for a touchdown. That one thrown for the touchdown. And it'll be good for 7 yards at the 7-second mark. And the Cougars manufacture a score. And they're on the board, down 3 points with 7 seconds and a half remaining. Halfback option pass. And Appenzeller, after taking that vicious hit, now comes back and is on the receiving end of a touchdown that'll make it 28-25. And Nix, who has had a extra point attempt blocked. Jarzab is the holder, trying to get it down to 2. Waiting for the snap. Right-footed kick is on the way. It looks long enough, and it is no good. He missed it. So the difference is 3. 28-25 is our score. So the Cougars now, after trailing at 28-7, have scored 18 unanswered points. Time of the score, just 7 seconds. So barring a kickoff return touchdown by Marian, this game has really changed complexion, and credit the 2 pick-6 interceptions by St. Francis, and then a nifty halfback option pass that found Appenzeller in the end zone that has made this once again a game. We'll recap the scoring for you. Meanwhile, Nix will tee it up at the 35-yard line. Gore is back deep in kick return, not expecting a real deep kickoff. Waiting up just outside the 10-yard line. And you would expect maybe a squib kick right now by St. Francis, not trying to risk. Here comes the kick. It's a pooch far side. And this one will be fairly caught at about the 25-yard line. No time off the clock. And we'll have time for maybe just one. You would expect maybe a kneel down by the Knights. We've seen at one point their 21-point lead all but disappeared now at 28-25. This was a 21-7 ball game at the end of the first quarter. And right now, St. Francis, after that 14-yard touchdown pass from Northern to Hogan, gave them a lead of 21 again at 28-7. It has been all St. Francis. They've had 2 interceptions, and a kneel down here will take both teams to the intermission dressing rooms. 28-25 at the half. And we'll be back with our halftime presentation. We'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with a look at the numbers. And this is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Redeemer Radio gladly thanks Dr. Mark Stoner, a St. Jude parishioner, for underwriting a portion of our programming. Dr. Mark Stoner offers comprehensive dentistry for every family member. Dr. Stoner is now accepting new patients at his new location, 9830 Auburn Road. For more information on services for all dental needs, Dr. Stoner can be found on the web at markstonerdds.com or reached by phone at 260-484-4181.
It's the halftime report with scores, stats, and insights. Here's Joe and the sports team.
Halftime here in Indianapolis. Welcome back, everybody. Looks like the rain is abated. Sun trying to break through a little bit, and hopefully some warming temperatures. Said it would be about 55 degrees at kickoff, but not much higher than that. As the day wore on, we had rain pretty much in that much of right before kickoff and into the early parts of the ball game, but looks like that has ended, at least for the while. They said there might be a chance of rain a little bit later on this afternoon as well. Appenzeller, by the way, it was P.J. Dean who threw that halfback option pass. So a little special play worked up by the Donnelly family. We're going to take a look at all the scoring of the first half and all the numbers as we have it. Let's take a look at the line score in the ball game. 21-7. In fact, it was 21-0 in hurry. In fact, with 2:18 remaining in the first quarter, Jakari Gore had picked up his second rushing touchdown of the afternoon, and Plesac with 3 for 3 on extra points to make it 21-0 at that point. Started the ball game on a kind of a bizarre play as Ferrer's arm was hit as USF had possession. And the ball deflected high in the air, was intercepted by Denimore. And 2 plays later, after they had the ball at the Cougars 7, Gore would take it in from 4 yards out to make it a 7-0 ball game. Then after a 4th down stop, Marian with the drive that started at the 9th 35-yard line, culminating on a 2-yard Robert Gibson touchdown run at the 7:35 mark. And just like that, midway through the quarter, it was 14-0 Knights. Jakari Gore would dive into the end zone in the middle of the field at the 2:18 mark. Plesac again with the extra point, 21-0 Marian here at home. But USF finally manufactured a big scoring play opportunity, good for 61 yards and a touchdown, as it was Ferrer hooking up with Seth Coate, who had just caught the ball at the 35 and weaved his way, cutting across the middle of the field and into the end zone. Nice job by Seth Coate with the yak yards, the yards after the catch. Nick Swit adding the extra point. Cougars were on the board at the end of the first quarter, but still trailing at 21-7. It would be back to a 21-point lead on a Hayden Northern touchdown pass, good for 14 yards to Krishan Hogan at the 12-minute mark. Extra point by Plesac, making again 28-7. But then it began to get a little weird as a deflected ball ended up in the hands of Cale Tabler. He would return it. Let's check the official. It's 40 yards. They rule it 40 yards interception return by Tabler. As the extra point kick was blocked, that would make it 28-13. Then Spencer Coward picking up an interception. He would race it officially 27 yards into the end zone at the 3:42 mark. And it's suddenly a 9-point ball game. The try for 2 points was no good by St. Francis, but they were back within single digits, down 9. And then just before halftime, the halfback option pass, P.J. Dean throwing it over the middle to Cody Appenzeller with 7 seconds remaining. The extra point try was no good, but anybody's ball game at this point in this halftime contest at 28-25 here at the break. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back with a look at our halftime numbers here. Halftime on the campus of Marian University, 28-25 Knights with a lead that is slimmed down to just 3. And this is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM. Okay, we'll continue on. We'll take a look at some of the numbers here at halftime. And looking at some of the team numbers, first of all, as far as rushing yards, St. Francis, both teams, finally evening out as far as the net rushing yards. St. Francis with 14 carries for just 10 yards. Marian has managed 21 carries on the ground for 47 yards. As far as the passing yards, St. Francis through the year 175, Marian at 174. Cougar passers, I'll put it that way, because of P.J. Dean throwing that halfback option touchdown pass. Cougars are 10 of 20 through the air with a 175, and they have the 1 interception. And meanwhile, Marian, Hayden Northern, is 13 of 23, and he has 2 interceptions on the day. 221 total offensive yards in the first half for the Knights, 185 for St. Francis in this first half. Big factor in the ball game, those 2 pick sixes. Cougars on 2 interceptions, 67 return yards, both for touchdowns today. Smidnail has punted 3 times, averaging 41.3 yards of punt. And meanwhile, Dowers with 3 punts, averaging 28.7. Penalties, Cougars with 3 penalties in the first half for 30 yards. Marian has been flagged 4 times for 38 yards. And as far as the penalties, the Cougars came into this ball game averaging over 84 yards a game in penalties. Marian penalized just under 62 yards a game in penalties for the season. Cougars only possessed the ball just exactly almost 12 minutes in the first half. Meanwhile, the Knights had it just short of 18 minutes in the first half. Cougars were 2 of 7 on third down calls in the first half. Marian 3 of 7. Cougars were not able to convert on a 4th down call. Marian's not been facing a 4th down situation. Cougars in their only red zone opportunity cashed in, and Marian 4 times in the red zone, 4th time they've come away with points on the board. Let's try it one more time. Let's try for this 60-second timeout from back of the studios. This is Cougar Football on the road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hi, welcome to the Happy Car Store, Glenbrook Hyundai.
Hello, sir. Molly here. Heard about your back-to-school savings event?
Great, new Hyundai's up to $5,000 off and $99 a month.
You deserve a new car, Mommy.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, oops. Excuse me.
No, Molly, I think it's really sweet that you want...
Get it, bud.
What?
How much for the Elantra?
Oh, lease new 2014 Elantra SE from just $99 a month.
How about the Sonata?
Lease new 2014 Sonata SE from just $119 a month during the Sonata Premier event.
Okay, I'll take the Elantra. $99 a month. But I need Bluetooth and satellite radio.
You got it. And all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance Connected Care, America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
Right, but Glenbrook Hyundai doubles it. 20 years and 200,000 miles.
Yep.
Don't we all set here, honey?
There are. Brand new Hyundai's $5,000 off.
The Happy Car Store.
Glenbrook Hyundai, Coldwater Road, next to Red Lobster.
HappyCarStore.com or call 1-800-HYUNDAI. That's 1-800-HYUNDAI.
Don't worry. Drive happy.
Back at Indianapolis halftime, it's 28-25. A real turnaround in this ball game for St. Francis as they've had to play from behind since the first quarter when they trailed 21-0. But they've manufactured their defense, a couple of scores, got a nifty halfback option pass with just scant seconds remaining in the first half, and now are back within 3 points at 28-25. Let's take a look at some of the numbers then individually for rushing. Robert Gibson for the Knights, 11 carries for net 35 yards, so he's averaging just under 3.5 yards a carry. He scored one touchdown. Jakari Gore, 2 touchdowns in this first half on 8 carries for 14 yards. Hayden Northern one time for 1 loss when he was tackled for loss as far as the Cougar running. Justin Green with 7 carries in the first half for net 24 gain, averaging just about 3.5 yards a carry. P.J. Dean, 1 carry for 3 yards. He did throw the touchdown pass late. Aaron Harris for 3 carries and for negative rushing. Ferrer sacked 3 times, 3 carries officially for negative yardage. Through the air, Ferrer is 9 of 19, 168 through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's been sacked twice. Hayden Northern is 13 of 23 for 174. He's passed for 1 touchdown. He's been intercepted twice. Guy that came in with just 3 interceptions on the year, and he's been sacked 1 time here today. Trey White leads the Knights receiving with 5 catches for 43 yards. He's had a long of 16 yards. Krishawn Hogan with the lone touchdown catch. 4 catches but 101 receiving yards and a long of 33. Jimmy Walker Jr., 2 catches for 15 yards. Max Doughty with 1 for 9 yards. Seth Coate leads the Cougar receivers. He's got 5 catches in the first half for 129 yards, 1 touchdown. That long one, good for 61 yards in the score. Cam Smith also with 2 catches, 27 yards, got involved late in this second quarter. Cody Appenzeller with 2 catches, 14 yards, and the big one right before intermission, good for 7 yards and a touchdown. Zach Gegner, 1 tough catch for 5 yards. Spitdale, as we mentioned, 3 punts, averaging 41.3 in this first half. He's had a long of 47. Brandon Dowers, 3 punts, averaging 28.7, a long of 39. There's not been a punt return by either team so far. As far as kick returns, Charles Gaston with 2 kickoff returns. He's had a long of 18. He's averaging 17 yards a kick return. Cody Appenzeller with 1 kickoff return for 21. Utter with 1 kickoff return, a short one for 3 yards on a fair catch call. Trey White has 1 kickoff return for 26 yards. Some of the early defensive numbers. Spencer Coward with 8 total tackles, leading the St. Francis interception. He's had the interception for return, or I should say 8 tackles in the first half, 1 interception, good for a touchdown. Tabler with 6 tackles, an interception, return for a touchdown. Wilmer Cole has played well. He's got 5 tackles here in the first half, replacing the injured Nishan Lewis out with the ankle injury. Pearson Harnish has 3 tackles. As far as Marian is concerned, Shaquille Ash, one of their fine linebackers, he's got 5 tackles, 1 sack. Garrett Ish has got 4 tackles. He's also gone. He was ejected in that first half. And Daniel Rojas with 4 tackles, along with Jacob Pickett, who has 3 tackles. So it's 28-25 here at halftime. I want to remind everybody, help support your Catholic parish or school and help elevate yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Be sure to call Elevate, and the number, write this down, it's 844-230-6611. You can visit them also online at ndelevate.com and learn more about this fantastic program. Some of the specialists beginning to come out. 28-25 is our score. USF right back in it. And I tell you what, let's step out. We'll take a 60-second timeout, and we'll be back with more of our halftime presentation. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
There's a new dining experience in Fort Wayne, just waiting to be discovered by sports fans everywhere. Newly remodeled The Lodge, located in the Coyote Creek Golf Club, is open to the public, offering great daily lunch and dinner specials. Bring the family in to enjoy our spacious family room after the game. The Lodge is proud to support Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Luers football. Come celebrate the W's with their friendly staff. The Lodge is located at 4935 Sillagas Road. To save your table for after the game, call 260-203-3154.
Matthew F. Hatfield, a health insurance specialist for those aged 65 and older, and for those under age 65 receiving Social Security disability. Matt provides Medicare supplement plans, Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, Medicare Advantage plans, dental, vision, and hearing aid insurance plans, and long-term care insurance plans. For taking good care during the best years of your life, call Matthew F. Hatfield at 484-6606.
Back in Indianapolis, I'm Joe Parson. We wait for the teams to come back out. Bill Scott will be making his way down on the field and checking in with Kevin Donnelly, who has got to be very pleased with his defense, making adjustments and finding a way, hanging in there in the first half when things looked so dark, so bleak for St. Francis, falling behind early at 21-0, but now back within 3 at 28-25, and just shows you how a game can turn around. And one of the keynotes, Coach Donnelly talked in the pregame interview about playing 60 minutes here today. St. Francis, case in point, a year ago, they had the lead. They scored 18 first-half points. They led 18-13 at halftime. They never scored again. So obviously the second half will be very key, and can USF sustain it? Can they continue to kind of feed off their defense and get the job done and try to come from behind and defeat this very fine Marian University football team? Looking at the line score of ball game, again, it was 21-7 in favor of Marian at the end of the first quarter, and they built that lead out to 28-7 early in the second quarter. And then St. Francis scored the final 18 points of the second quarter to draw within 3 at 28-25. And keep, maybe also a factor to keep note of, that they have had 2 missed extra points plus a 2-point try that failed. Otherwise, St. Francis might well be in the lead here as we get ready to start the second half. But we're going to be ready as Will Scott gets ready to check down on the field. I'll tell you what, while we've got a moment, probably a good time to take a quick final 30-second timeout here in this first half. 20-25 is our score, and we'll be back. Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Not a second to spare. At First Federal Bank, we know that's how you feel when running your business. You need banking solutions that make the most of your precious time. We offer tailored solutions to help you manage your cash flow and services designed to streamline your paperwork, all with your time in mind. Call me, Tracy Bodan, at 260-432-0022 to learn how you can feel like you have a personal bookkeeper working for you around the clock, or visit first-fed.com. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back in Indianapolis, I'm Joe Parson. Teams with their halftime warm-ups. They're coming out, getting ready to start this second half. Still about 3.5 minutes away. Kevin Donnelly on the field and beginning the long march across the way. Cougar sidelines across the way here. Bill Scott will be on the field, making that trip down from the press box here and trying to catch up to the Cougar coach and get his halftime impressions. But as we mentioned, the bottom line is you got to feel very good about the defense, what he's seen here in the first half. Well, right now, Coach D is winning the foot race with Bill Scott across the way. And we'll see if we can pick him up here momentarily. Well, Kevin Daly crossed the way. And like I say, as soon as we have the opportunity with Bill catching up the coach, and we'll get his halftime comments, impressions of the first half.
All right, Joe, I'm here with Coach Kevin Donnelly. Quick thought on the first half. Nice comeback, huh?
Our kids aren't going to quit. We're going to keep fighting back. We're a little dinged up. We're playing two freshman corners right now. We got number 1 and 2 out. But we're scrapping. We're fighting. We're not going to quit. We're going to keep coming at them.
Cody going to be available the second half?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Very good job, Bill Scott, down on the field with head coach Kevin Donnelly. And, it's like good news, bad news. They've taken some licks, especially in the secondary, the deep secondary. Shaton Harris getting some calls. Wilmer Cole, who played well last week, and because of Nishawn Lewis's ankle injury, being really pressed into full-time duty here today, and he's responded by and large very well. Well, if you can hear this game, it is thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mary Briscoe and the Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast possible. Need emergency dental care? Call Dr. Briscoe at 486-9950, 486-9950. So the teams are out, and we get ready for the start. And what do the next 30 minutes hold in store for everybody here today? Wanted to find out about that wind down there. Marian revved up here, getting ready to start this second half. Well, they started with the flourish, ran out to the 21-0 lead. St. Francis responded with the final 18 points of the first half, and they're back in it at 28-25. Officials conferring, getting together before the start of this second half. Cougars back home next Saturday, high noon. Hope you can join us at Darcy Stadium. They'll take on the Siena Heights Saints. Siena not playing today, so they'll have a chance, two-week preparation, getting ready for the Cougars next week. Well, coaches talk about the first 2 minutes to start a ball game, or the first 2 minutes of the second half, being very, very important. Cougars kicked away to start the ball game, and they'll be back in kick return, so they'll get the first chance. They'll have the win with them. Charles Gaston is back deep in kick return with Cody Appenzeller's back there. Caught the halfback option pass that have got this down to a 3-point ball game. So Marian will kick against the wind. Wind kicking up at times, although the American flag is limp. But look at the streamers, at least one of the two on the goalpost, just about flat out. Here comes the kick, and we're underway. Driving end over end. Appenzeller comes up to it, has it at the 15, near side, 20, 25. Works down the right sidelines and pushed out of bounds. Somewhere out across the 30. We'll see where they're going to mark him being pushed out of bounds. Looks to be around the 33, 34-yard line. That is where Nick Ferrer will go to work at quarterback. Again, Ferrer's numbers in the first half, 9 of 19 through the air, 168, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 2 sacks. P.J. Dean with that 1-for-1 halfback option pass that has got this in a 3-point ball game. 1st and 10, St. Francis at the Cougar 34-yard line. 1st and 10. And Ferrer in at quarterback, too wide to the left. Let's see what they've come up with. Here's the draw coming up, and Justin Green can't find any room. Ran right into one of the defensive linemen and one of his own offensive linemen. He's knocked down back at the 30-yard line. That's a loss of 3, maybe 4 yards. So Green, who had 24 yards on 7 carries, is going to take 3 away. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Ball back just outside the USF 30-yard line. Ferrer waiting again out of the Here's the rush coming, screens. The ball's got to catch at the 30, run up across the 35 to the 40. That's good for a first down. See if that's Seth Stewart. It is. Seth Stewart on the catch, and a good job of recognizing his downfield blocking and brings it out. He does not have a first down. They've got to get now. They mark him down at the 43-yard line. Actually, just at the 42. They've got to get about a long 2 yards out to their own 44 on this snap. Ferrer again with 2 wide to the left. Looking, has the ball. Looking, screens it near side. Seth Stewart nowhere to run, but escapes and runs for a first down if he stayed in bounds near side. They had 2 on him, well bracketed back at the 40, and somehow Seth Stewart was able to elude the 5'8 senior and scrambles for a first down all the way up to his own 48-yard line. He found room where there was none. Little juke move and able to move the chains. St. Francis approaching midfield. Early moments of the second half, 28-25. Cougars with the ball down 3. Now they work from the right side hash mark again. Ferrer looking to hand the ball off. There's running room for Justin Green. Angles to his left across midfield down to the Marian 48-yard line. Left side offensively for St. Francis. Good job starting here today in an offensive line that goes 280 a man, tackle to tackle. That's a gain of about 4. Brian Gagner at center, Zach Bernardo, Gus Hancock, along with Keegan Bruner and Alex Woods. Cam Smith in wide to the right side. Seth Coate wide to the left. Little motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Ferrer under pressure again. They've got him wrapped up. He can't get rid of the ball. Going to be sacked. That was Jamar Wilhite coming through to wrap him up. Again, one of the defensive linemen. St. Francis just having all sorts of problems trying to keep those defensive linemen. It's not so much the linebackers, but it's the line guys. That loss is back to the 44-yard line. There is a penalty flag on the field as well. St. Francis, as far as penalties, had 3 for 30 yards in the first half. Marian 4 for 38. And another lengthy discussion between David Siegel and the rest of his crew. We'll get the decision here coming up. Unsportsmanlike contact. Well, they're offsetting penalties that go both ways. So the play will count, I believe. That's a dead ball foul each way. And the loss will bring up 3rd down and long. So the ball will come back to the USF 44-yard line. They would need to get to the Marian 42 on this snap. It'll be 3rd down and 14. Marian drops 4 in coverage, deep coverage, trying to take away the first down stick. Ferrer looking at a blitz opportunity again, and looking, they've got him again. Coming through late. This time it was the delayed blitz, and I think it was one of the linebackers that got in there, Shaquille Ash. So it's a sack, and the opportunity is gone, and St. Francis, after picking up 1 first down, will have to kick the ball away. Just did not have time for that kind of vertical play opportunity. Had to be a quick hitting play, and the Cougars were trying to get the first down at the 42. Gore sets up in punt return back at his own 30. Spitnail averaged over 41 yards a punt. Kicks it away again. Nice high wobbly ball. Gore will take the ball and will run with it. And looking and gets back up across his own 30-yard line. That is where the Marian offense now goes to work for the first time in the second half. Their lead is 3 here at home at 28-25. Well, Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, one only, and that's H&L Electric, specializing in commercial electric needs for the business community. H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. That's 260-357-0123. Play, the ball is snapped, but penalty, or at least the whistles blow. Did not see a penalty flag thrown, but we'll check with David Siegel, our referee. Sideline warning against Marian. So the play never happened. And it'll be 1st and 10, again with the ball officially at the 31-yard line. Northern with a running back, offset to the left side, a little bit behind him. That is Gibson, gets the call, cuts to his left, finds running room. And is met by Wilmer Cole, but he has a good gain, a pickup of about 8-9 yards, all the way up to about the 39-yard line. Now, he never reached the 40, where they can spot that ball and where they should, back at the 39. So it still is a good carry that time, good for 9 yards. Sparks starts at right defensive end. Christian Johnson at one defensive tackle. Carrington Thompson at the left defensive end. And here's Northern. Play action fake. Well, no, he did hand the ball off. Gibson to the second level to midfield and maybe a yard deep into St. Francis territory. Colmer and Wilmer Cole, along with Cale Tabler, had to come up from their safety spots and make the stop on him. It is a first down, and here comes Marian. First and 10. Dowdy stays in. He's tight to the left side at tight end for the Knights. They'll run Gibson again off guard to the right side. And that'll be a gain of a couple of yards down around the 48. They're going to give him a good spot of the ball to the 47-yard line. So right now, Knights using the run game with Robert Gibson being featured, the 180-pound junior. And he's responded. Had 11 carries in the first half for a net 35 yards and 1 scoring touchdown. Pickup is 2, second down and 8. This time now, 2 wideouts to the right side. Northern sets up out of the shotgun formation. Rolls to his right side, taking a look, throws, and here's a comeback pattern. It's caught. It might be Trey White out there. No, it's Utter on the receiving end, and he's got 7 yards. Little square out pattern where he actually circles back around the sideline. And Jimmy Walker now will check into the ball game, replacing Utter. So a gain of 7, third down and 3. Big call coming up in this 28-25 ball game. Neither score has scored so far in the second half, as the Knights trying to reach the Cougar 39. And there was a penalty flag thrown immediately. Looked like encroachment against St. Francis. Or are they pointing the other way? I'm going to call it false start. That goes against Marian. St. Francis came scurrying up to the line. That was McIntyre that came up there, but apparently it was Marian that moved first, so now it becomes 3rd down and 8. Still the challenge to get to the USF 39 for the Marian Knights. 3 wide to the left side. Here's Northern looking, under pressure, throws long. He's got a wide open catch for a touchdown. They beat the coverage, and that was Trey White, got all alone by 5, 6, 7 yards, so 47 yards on the touchdown. And the Cougars give up 1, and they trail again now, stretching it out. It'll be a 34-25 lead. 3rd down and long, and 47 yards on the touchdown pass at the 9-12 mark. That one hurts. Northern, the rush was about to reach him, but he was able to square up and hit to Trey White in stride, and he already had a 5 to 7 yard lead on the Cougar defenders. Right-footed kick by Plesac is on the way, and it is good. So it's now a lead of 10, 35-25 for Marian here at home. They draw first blood to begin the second half, and we'll be back. This is Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Between classes and practice and parties and finals, it can be hard to stay on top of your finances. Three Rivers is here to help. Whether you need some additional assistance with your student loans, could use a little help deciding what financial products best suit your needs, or simply want some advice on creating a budget, Three Rivers is here for you. We help you to make sense of your money matters so you can feel confident in making smart financial choices now that will pay off later. Get connected and learn more at threeriversfcu.org.
Well, it was 3rd and long for Marian. You hate to give up one of those long touchdowns, but they gambled and they found Trey White wide open for an easy run into the end zone after the catch. He had 6 catches for 119 yards last week against Missouri Baptist, 2 touchdown receptions, and has one to the house here in this second half. So the Cougars once again down 10. Had a chance with the ball at midfield, but could not move the football. Now they'll start again on a kick return opportunity. Appenzeller, along with, I believe that's Charles Gaston back in the kick return. Gaston is due for a good one this year. End over in kick, and Appenzeller comes up to it, has it at the 12. Looks to the 15, 20. Trying to work back the middle of the field, and we'll get out to about the 25. Let's see. So it'll be St. Francis with the offensive unit coming back into the ball game. Let's see where they're going to spot that football for the Cougars. 1st and 10. Can't really tell here on the near sideline with all the Marian players down there below. Be able to tell in a moment. It'll be 1st and 10, St. Francis at the Cougar 27-yard line. So Ferrer trying to make more rapid decisions back there at quarterback and throwing the football. The rush has been able to get to him. They'll run the ball. A little bit of a hole at the middle initially. That's Aaron Harris. Harris looked like he had a little bit more of a hole, tried to slide off to his right, is stopped just short of the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 29. That'll be a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. 8:45 remaining in this third quarter. Marian from a 3-point lead has tacked on a touchdown. Their lead now is 10. Seth Coate in wide to the left. Basically has had single coverage out there, but now they're cheating a safety back, and he'll have double coverage. Here's a throw to Cam Smith. He's had the ball for a moment and then was hearing footsteps because they were coming, and he got separated from the football. Never had a chance really to look it into his body. That was Daniel Sizemore rotating back in and delivered a blow that separated Cam Smith from the football. Now it's going to be 3rd down and long. St. Francis trying to reach their own 37-yard line on this snap. Gegner was in for a play. He checks out of the ball game. Coate stays in. Appenzeller up in the slot wide left. Cam Smith, lone wide out to the right side. 2 safeties back again defensively for the Knights. As Ferrer with the snap. Short drop. Rush is coming. Screens the ball. Caught by Seth Stewart. Stewart, though, only able to get across the 35 to the 36. Well, where did he go out of bounds? Now they're moving him to about the 37. And we have whistles down on the field once again. They spot that ball at the 37. That is very close to the first down stick, but officials conferring once again, so we'll wait and see what they sort out. Did not see a penalty flag, but again, a long discussion between the referee and the rest of his officials down there. And it continues. 8:19 on the clock in this 35-25 ball game. Marian on top by 10.
Literally, if it doesn't get much in the playoffs, their quarterback gets shoved out of bounds.
And that's a hit out of bounds, I believe, against Marian. So unsportsmanlike conduct. It'll be an automatic on a major penalty against the Knights. That'll move the ball all the way up into Marian territory to the 48-yard line. So Stewart was hit out of bounds after that run. And the Cougars will benefit from the walk-off that'll take the ball to the Marian 48-yard line now. Appenzeller stays in the slot left side. Seth Coate split wide of him, 2 wide to the near side. Ferrer barking out the signals once again. Pump fake, wants to throw over the middle's got a ball that's caught. Big hit delivered again. That was high again, and Appenzeller holds on to the ball. He's got a first down at the 37-yard line of the Marian Knights. I tell you, you just continue to marvel at the resiliency of this Cody Appenzeller. Twice he's been leveled. Holds on this time, and 1st and 10. USF on the move right now. They've got it at the Knight 37-yard line. Ferrer looking at a blitz up the middle again. Throws it as far as he can down the left side. That's too far for Coate. Ferrer sensed that the rush was coming up the middle. He had to deliver it. Ferrer tried to put a little extra air under the ball, but Coate stumbled a little bit trying to make that going to the second gear, trying to win the race to the loose ball, and could not get there. Clock stops. 8:7:38 remaining in the quarter. 2nd down and 10 with the ball still at the Marian 37-yard line. Boswell now comes in. Monte McDowell. They're the wideouts to the left side. Cam Smith stays in wide to the right. Gegner, I believe, up in the slot to the right side as well. And Ferrer now, wanting to make a play. Looks right side, throws. He's got Cam Smith. Kept the foot in bounds. Did he? And they call it a catch inside the 25-yard line at about the 24-yard line. Cam Smith is back to the sideline, caught it high, drug a foot, and it is a first down. USF now 1st and 10 at the Marian 23-yard line. Clock moving inside 7.5 minutes. Cougars trying to get it down again to a 3-point ball game. This time from the right side hash mark, Ferrer. Smith stays in, and they'll run the ball. Green tripped up, lost the football. Marian's got it. Marian gets it back at the 19-yard line. Green tripped up, and the ball squirted free before the knee hit, and it will be a turnover against St. Francis. So the Knights dodge a bullet and get a play from their defense as they force a turnover. And leading by 10, their offense will come back on the field. Utter and White check into the ball game wide to the right side. Jakari Gore is the running back. And Hayden Northern under center. Let's see if they try to emphasize the run game once again. And they pitch the ball right side. Here's Gore looking for a seam, and he finds it as he breaks into the clear. Might have been a touchdown-saving tackle by St. Francis coming up as the gain across the 25 to the 27-yard line. It was Wilmer Cole again. You've heard his name mentioned a lot here today. He's been called upon to make some plays, and he's responded. But that's a gain of 9, 2nd down and short. Hogan in, wide to the near side. Cole will have the coverage assignment on that talented player. And they'll run the ball again. There's Gore trying to go up the middle and wrapped up and dropped. Is going to lose yardage there back around the 27-yard line. Lucas Sparks got in there to make the stop. Play designed to go up the middle. Gore tried to check off and come back to his left side, but there to greet him was Lucas Sparks. Loss of 1, 3rd down and 2. Gore stays in as the deep back. Got a halfback up on the right side. They'll pitch the ball to him. And looking for some running room. They've got, well, I'm not sure they do have the first down. They're going to give him on the spot up around the 30. And that's where he had to get it. Depends where they put the ball down. And they signify it'll be 1st and 10 for Marian. Needed to get to the 30, and the nose of the football just touching the 30-yard line. He got just what he needed. Micah Brown in that last series, the blocking back. He comes out of the ball game now. And now a little more breathing room. 1st and 10 at the Knights' 30-yard line, and they'll drop Hayden Northern back to the pistol alignment. He's got a running back lined up behind him. Motion right to left behind the line of scrimmage. That's White. They screen the ball to him, looking for a block, and Coward fights through the block and stops it after a short gain on a tackle to Trey White. He'll get it out to about the 33-yard line. Pretty good job defensively that time. Spencer Coward, who's had an interception return for a touchdown today, holds that play to about a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Cougars back home next Saturday at 12 noon. They'll take on Siena Heights. Another tough matchup. Cougars 2 safeties back now as play action fake. No, they do run the ball in running room. Here's Gore. Rolls to his left as it gets across the 40-yard line all the way up to the 43-yard line. Read option play that time for Hayden Northern. Handed off, but Gore, the great ability to break it off to the left side and roll for a 1st down. Improving field position now As the Knights are just short of their own 45-yard line, they'll spot them 1st and 10 at the Marian 43. Cougars trying to make a stop. Sparks at right defensive end. Carrington Thompson left defensive end. Christian Johnson, one of the defensive tackles, along with Jeffrey Jones. And Northern ready to take the snap again. Hands it off and spin move nicely by Gore, and then an open field tackle. That was Jalen McIntyre came up and made a good stop in the open. McIntyre, the 6-foot sophomore. A lot of youngsters working in the secondary today for St. Francis. That keeps it to a 1-yard gain by Gore. Gore looked like he was going to have some more running room. But McIntyre made the play. Now it's 2nd down and long. Short drop. The rush is coming and the ball just thrown away. Didn't get out of the tackle box. There wasn't anybody really near it. But no penalty flag thrown. So it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and 8. Tell you what, that throw was right to the sidelines, and nearest Marian player was a good 6 or 7 yards away from the play, upfield. Now Jimmy Walker in wide to the right, part of a trips package out there to the wide side of the field. Cougars trying to keep him from getting to the USF 48. Here's Northern, wants to screen. Now throws long to the right side and nobody home. That time Tabler was over there looking for his 2nd interception of the day. Instead it'll bring up 4th down. And one would expect that Brandon Dowers will come on to punt the ball away. And he will come onto the field. So still the lead is 10 for Marian, 35-25. They've scored the only points so far in the second half, extending what was a halftime 3-point lead, now out to 10. 2 back in punt return. Tabler along with Boswell. Boswell the deepest, standing inside his own 20-yard line. Dowers waiting for the snap. Play clock is down to 1, and they may take. Did they get the play off? It showed 0. Short ball takes a bit of a bounce, high bounce. Tabler's got to back away from that, and it bounds down to the 20-yard line. I thought the play clock had expired, but the officials either didn't say it or they felt that the snap was in time. They allowed the punt, and now St. Francis works 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, trying to get it back down to single digits. Trailed early in the game 21-0, 28-7. And then a big comeback fueled by the defense with a couple of pick sixes. They got it scoring 18 unanswered points to get it down to 3 points at halftime. Motion left to right behind the defensive line, offensive line, I should say. Spin move. Here's the throw over the middle. Cam Smith looking. That ball's picked off. Underthrown by Ferrer, looking for Cam Smith. But the interception will give the ball back to Marian at the Knights' 42-yard line. Smith might have had a step, but couldn't get to it. Good coverage down deep that time by Marian, and they get the interception. Second of the ball game thrown by Ferrer, and Marian will have it at their own 42-yard line. Very good field position now to work with for the Knights. Leading it by 10 with 3:23 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Gibson looks to be back in as the running back. They'll pitch the ball to him right side. Looking to get to the corner, turning the corner, and does. And brought it up for a gain of about 3 yards perhaps up to the 45-yard line where he's bumped out of bounds. Tabler came up from his safety spot to make the play. Tabler this year turning in great defensive numbers. Came into the ball game with 5 passes defended, leading the Cougars in that category. 2 interceptions. Had one today. Good for a touchdown. Now it's 2nd down and 7. Motion right to left behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Northern looking, and he hands it up the middle. And they had a little seam opened up there for Gibson, who plows straight ahead close to the 49. 3rd down call coming up. 3rd down as they're just about a yard away from midfield, trying to reach the USF 48-yard line. 2:19 remaining in the third quarter. Clock is moving. Krishawn Hogan's been kind of quiet so far in this second half. Cougar come up on him in press coverage. It's a quick slant throw. Walker turning behind, made a great catch and steps out of a tackle at the 30 and gets it down to the USF 26. That time, just a great catch that time as Jimmy Walker Jr. was turned around. The ball was behind him on his back hip. There's a late penalty flag, and let's see this one going which way. Thrown deep in the USF secondary. Walker, good job after he caught that ball, then getting an extra 12, 15 yards. Now let's check the call, the penalty. Another major penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct against Marian. Might go against Anthony Jones Jr. So that one, 15 yards, will take the ball back. And it'll be put down at the 43-yard line, thereabouts. 43-yard line is where they spot it. And let's see, it will be 1st and 10, I believe. So Marian continues to have the football, 1st and 10 at the Cougar 43-yard line. Northern, short drop, looking to screen the ball. Sidearms, completes to Hogan. Hogan dragging tacklers inside the USF 40 down to the 37. Big, strong receiver at 6'4", stumbles over Wilmer Cole, who's now slow getting up. Boy, I tell you what, Marian's linemen are talking the talk down there. Cole was slow getting up, and Zach Mitchell had something to say. So it's 2nd down and short, 2nd down and 4, let's call it. 2 wide to the right. And they'll pitch the ball again to Gibson. Curls up the middle, and he's close to the first down. I believe he's got it. Carries inside the Cougar 35, inside the 34. And the knee might have hit about a yard short. So St. Francis really needs a defensive stop right here. Going to bring Jordan May into the ball game. Trying to stack up the middle, a little bit more beef up front in the middle. May, a redshirt freshman, 6'3" and 240. 3rd down and short. Gibson offset to the right side. They'll pitch the ball to him, works back to the left, and angles to his left inside the 25 to the 20 to the 10, and he will score. So that will be a touchdown run of 34 yards for Robert Gibson. The play designed to pick up 1. They'll pick up 34 and a touchdown. And much like the game started, second half being belonging to Marian. So the interception turns into points on the board. Robert Gibson with the touchdown gallop. Time of the score, 28 seconds in the quarter. And Plesac going to attempt the extra point. Right-footed kick is on the way. Got the elevation, end over end, and good again. He's been perfect today, and so is Marian. They lead at 42-25, building that lead back up, and we'll step out for this timeout. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Spirion Staffing, locally owned by the Pimppenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Spirion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spirion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Lures Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you're seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spirion.com/FTWayne.
Marian with a good job in their run complement. They look, whether it's Gore or Gibson, they'll pitch the ball. He starts very deep in the backfield and able to read the blocking scheme of their huge offensive line and just picks his way. That time a play was 3rd and 1. They got 34 yards and a touchdown, and the lead is now 17 points. So Marian started quickly. They led 21-0 early in this ball game after St. Francis closed to within 3, scoring the last 18 points of the second quarter. And now it's a 14-0 run by the Knights here to begin this second half. And the second half is almost 28 seconds remaining to end the third quarter. Cougars trying to get something going now. High end over end. It's fielded by Appenzell at the 15. Works left side. He'll get across the 20 to about the 22 only. And once again, that is where St. Francis goes to work. But now trailing it by 17 points. Time for maybe 1, maybe 2 snaps, depending what the play calls are here late in this third quarter. Marian after today, as he mentioned, they go on the road for 3 straight ball games. It's a travel tour that will take them to Taylor, then to Lindenwood, Belleville, and then to Concordia in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ferrer with 2 wide to the right. And wants to throw on first down. He's got Cam Smith, catches the ball and wrapped up immediately at the 28-yard line. That play is good for 5 yards. Clock will continue to move. And I would guess that will be the final play of this third quarter. We're already down to 7 seconds. Now we're down to 5, and St. Francis, with their work cut out for them, was a 3-point ball game at halftime. Now it's 42-25 after 3 quarters here in Indianapolis. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Well, we reflect on the ball game here in November of last year. The Cougars led at halftime 18-13, but they never scored in the second half. And they lost that ball game at 51-18. So USF being shut out in that third quarter and now trailing it here on the road by 17 points. We'll take a look at the numbers when we have a moment. Meanwhile, St. Francis with the offensive unit on the field. Second down, let's call it a long 4, as they've got the ball on their own 29-yard line. And Ferrer out there with a running back. Justin Green, it looks like, is the running back, 2 wide to the left. They'll hand the play-action fake. Here is Ferrer rolling to his right, looks in the middle. There's a catch short of the first down. Boswell caught it. And Marian does a good job of rushing everybody to the ball. That's short of the first down stick by a yard. So Boswell, who's had a couple of nice catches today, but they need a yard, and the yards have been very tough to get here, especially on the ground. Code is in, tight to the left side. They'll run the ball again. There's Justin Green, and I don't know. He lunges forward, maybe gets back to the stick. It depends on the spot of the ball. Needed a yard, and now they say it is going to be 1st and 10 for St. Francis. Oh, Justin Green, good job. He had just enough left in the tank to take the tacklers with them. And the Cougars with a first down at their own 33-yard line. But they're down 17 and just over 14 minutes remaining in this ball game. Ferrer again trying to make a play, hands the ball off, and there's a running play, but nothing there on the right side. Ball came loose. Tyrone Young got into the ball game, getting his first carry of the night. He found no hole off the right side and is going to lose a yard. He was down by contact. The ball popped loose. Marian thought they were on the way for a touchdown, but it's 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and 10. He did get back to the line of scrimmage. They have not thrown a pass so far. One safety back blitz, zone blitz, defensive left side. They throw to the right corner. There's Cam Smith, and he leaps and has got the ball into Marian territory at the 46. Timed his leap perfectly. Defender kind of ran by the play, and they'll give him another yard to the Marian 45-yard line. So Cam Smith will go 6-1. Great ups that time as he timed his leap perfectly to cradle that ball in and got a foot in bounds. Now the Cougars on the move at the Marian 45 with 13 minutes plus remaining in the game. Ferrer looking again, short drop, throws right side, and the ball is in and out of the hands, incomplete. Intended, I believe that was Seth Stewart, little square out quick pattern. Seth tried to turn around and run with the ball, had it for a moment, but couldn't secure it. Clock stops with 13:03 remaining. Stewart stays in. He's up in the slot to the right side, in tandem right now with Cam Stewart. Too wide to the left. Ferrer on 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. No, the draw's coming up, and they hand the ball off to Young. Young trying to cut to the outside to the 35. Legs out to the 30, 25, inside the 10 to the 5, and Tyrone Young to the house for a touchdown run of 45 yards. It was 2nd and 10. He got 45, and a touchdown the Cougars really needed. Tyrone Young on the touchdown gallop down the left sides at the 12:52 mark. Well, we talked to Kevin Downley in the pregame about the bevy of running talent, young talent at running back this year for the Cougars, and we just were featured by Tyrone Young, who's got his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. He had 2 last week against Lindenwood Belleville. Now the right-footed kick by Nix. He's got the distance and the elevation, and it is good. So St. Francis gets one back. They're down by 10 again at 42-32 with just under 13 minutes remaining, and we'll step out. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM. Well, we'll keep the things obviously right here as St. Francis gets a touchdown getting into the end zone. Now they'll kick away from right to left. Still down 2 scores. Still plenty of time left on the clock, but they've got to get a stop. They've got to find a way to stop this vaunted Marian offense. Well, you always think in situations like this, is it too early to think about gambling, maybe going onside? Try to steal possession right now, early in the ball game, or do you rely on your defense? Nick's teeing it up in a short approach once again. And a line drive kick far side. A fair catch over the shoulder is made by Utter, rotating back inside his 25-yard line. So Marian will go back on offense. 12:52 remaining in this ball game. While I have a moment, let's take a look at some of the numbers after 3 quarters. Hayden Northern will come into the game 18 of 30 through the air, 258 yards now, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 sack. Nick Ferrer 15 of 28 for 224 through the air, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. He's been sacked 4 times though. And Northern out of the shotgun formation once again now, looking to hand the ball off, and that's Gore, spins off a tackle across the 25 and works out to the 30. And again, they've just not been able to capitalize on some initial contact on Jakari Gore as he picks up another 4 or 5 yards after that initial impact. He's out across the 30 to the 33-yard line, or close to it. He'll pick up 7. Robert Gibson now comes back into the ball game. Cougars threatening Spencer Coward, and looks got a hand on Gore, stacked up and dropped, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him down just outside the 33-yard line. Well, they gave him a good spot up around the 34, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Now, this is where we've been seeing Marian with their running backs lining up deep, and they pitch the ball back to him. And Hayden Northern, let's see if they do that again. Gibson is the running back, And they do. They'll hand the ball off to him, and he's met at the point of attack, and I think St. Francis is held. Did not get out past the 34. In fact, he might have lost a yard back inside the 33. So it'll be 4th down. They mark that ball just inside the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th, still a yard. And Dowers will come in to punt the ball away. So St. Francis finds a way, barring a fake here, at the 34-yard line of Marian. Their lead is 10, 42-32, with still just over 11 minutes remaining in this ball game.
You're good for a 60.
Dowers waiting for the snap. Low snap. Got it. Kick is away. Nice spiral. Driving back. Boswell's got it. Front the Cougar 20. Trying to run to his right. Gets by one, but not the second one. And gets it up to the 22-yard line. That is where St. Francis goes to work on offense once again. They've got some time. Don't need instant long strikes, but they do need to pick up some first downs on this series, I would think. Dowers, good job. Got 46 yards on that punt for the Knights. And now Boswell back in, along with Seth Coate to the near side. That's the wide side to the left of Nick Ferrer, who opens up this series from the right side hash mark. Tandem receivers to the right, to the short side. Blitz is coming up the middle again, and they've got Ferrer. St. Francis never recognized it. Just a matter of numbers, and St. Francis does not have enough players to match up, and the sack is taken all the way back inside the 15-yard line. Clock continues to move. We're down inside 10.5 minutes now. That's the loss of about 6 yards to the 16-yard line is where they mark it. They've got to be quick-hitting plays against this quick-reacting linebacker core in particular. Ferrer again with the snap. Short drop, looking, flush to his left, looking, and pulls it down, throws it short. I believe the arm was hit just as he released. That's incomplete pass, and it'll be 3rd down and long. They've got to get out across their 30 to the 33-yard line on this snap of the ball. Jacob Pickett was in there applying the pressure.
Let's go, D! Let's go, D!
Cougars through 3 quarters on 3rd down situation, just 4 of 10 today. And you're asking a lot. 2 safeties back for Marian right around that 1st down marker. And here comes Ferrer. Looks. Now throws over the middle. And there's Boswell tipped into the air. That one falls incomplete. But St. Francis will go 3 and out. That ball hung tantalizingly for a moment as Boswell tipped it in the air, tried to locate it, and Marian could not find the handle for the interception.
There you go, D!
So Josh Spitnail has to come on to punt the ball away, and a missed opportunity for St. Francis trying to get closer than this 10-point deficit. Spitnail today, 4 punts through 3 quarters, averaging 41.5 yards, long of 47. He'll wait inside the Cougar 5 to punt this ball away. Good snap, no rush. Nice kick, end over end. Fair catch is called right at midfield, so that's where Marian, with very good field position, goes back on offense. 9:46 on the clock remaining in this ball game. Marian trying to take control of Mid-East League. They came in 1-0 in league play. St. Francis was 2-0. But the Cougars playing today basically from behind, from right at the start of this ball game, trailing early 21-0, got it down to 3 points at halftime. Another run of points, out 17 were the Knights, and now it's 42-32. Northern sets up out of the shotgun formation, wants to throw a pump fake, looking, they've got him for a sack. Back around the 45, the ball popped free. St. Francis, they've got the ball. Cougars recover it at the Marian 45, so a big turnover. Spencer Coward, I believe, is credited with coming up with that fumble recovery. So the Cougars now get a break. After the sack and then the fumble recovery at the Marian 45. And with the opportunity, let's see if St. Francis is able to get closer now and get it back to a 3-point ball game and make things very interesting down the rest of the way this ball game. Cote and Boswell in wide to the left side. Seth Stewart up on the wing to the right. And Stewart might be out there more than anything to pick an extra blocker. Ferrer wants to throw, can't find anything, steps out of will he run? He does throw down the middle. He's got a catch and then a drop ball. Leaping inside the 10. That was in and out of the hands. Sean Boswell, the intended receiver, timed his leap. He had it for a moment, but then the crunch was delivered and he couldn't hold on. That time, Ferrer, nice job of stepping up, flush to his right. He had a decision to make. He had some real estate to run with. Throws incomplete. Now Seth Coates splits wide to the left. They'll come up and press coverage on him. Cam Smith wide to the right, same thing, press coverage for the Knights. Here's Ferrer, rush is coming. They screen the ball right side, but that is read perfectly. Seth Stewart picks up the ball. The whistle had blown, I believe, and the play is over for a loss. And you just don't have the time with those kind of plays that are telegraphed. So it's 3rd and a loss, 3rd and 13 now. And the Cougars with 9:09 remaining, trying to get to the 35-yard line of Marian on this snap. If they get some of the yardage, say to the 40, would Kevin Daly be tempted to roll the dice? He might. 2 wide again to the left side. Ferrer out of the pistol, looking to throw again, steps up, throws right, he's got a catch made. Seth Stewart cuts to the 40, 35 diving for the first down stick. He went airborne, and I think he's got it. So they'll move the chains, and there is pure effort that time. Seth Stewart, he went airborne for the final 3 yards. He knew where the stick was and dove for it. They marked the ball right at the first down stick at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10, St. Francis. They live for another series. Inside of 8.5 minutes, time remaining. 3 wide to the left side now. Cam Smith alone wide to the right. And Ferrer now wants to throw again, looking, pulls it down, now flush to his right, buying some time, looking, throws to the sideline. They had Cam Smith well bracketed. Rojas came in front. They had another defender behind. Fortunately, the ball was thrown short and incomplete. Marian doing a good job camouflaging their coverage, especially double coverage on Cam Smith. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped on the incompleted ball with 8:10 remaining. Smith stays in wide to the short side to the right. This time 2 wide to the left side. And zone blitz coming defensive right side again on the draw. They're going to try to run, and nothing there for P.J. Dean. He's going to lose yardage back around the 40. Pickett credited getting in there to make the stop. But again, the defensive line, they've been one of the big differences here today. And then when they send their linebackers in zone blitzes, Cougars have just not had much of an answer. 3rd down and longer, 3rd and 14 with the ball back at the 38-yard line. 7:38 remains. Clock becoming a factor. Seth Coate, they'll play off of him now. Wide to the left side. And Ferrer taking a look. The zone blitz again up the middle. There's Ferrer, and they've got a hold of him, and he's knocked down. Back around the 47-yard line. Again, it's a numbers game, and Marian winning it. As St. Francis just can't pick them all up. Ferrer not nimble-footed enough to get out of trouble. And 4th down and even longer. Now it's a real tough decision to be tempted to go for it. Officials, there may have been a penalty flag dropped down there. They're conferring again. Dave Siegel, our referee. Clock is stopped with 7:22 remaining in this ball game. Let's see if we can pick it up, what the call would be. Personal foul, face mask against Marian. So when things looked so bleak for St. Francis on what was going to be a 4th and even longer call, now the penalty marked off. They'll take the ball down inside the 30, inside the 25, all the way down to the 23-yard line of Marian, and a 1st and 10 for St. Francis, not done yet. Got to try to find those quick-hitting plays, though. Trips package for the Cougars in wide to the left side. Ferrer wanting to screen the ball. Nothing there. Checks off. Throws back to the left. He's got Boswell for a catch and a touchdown. Sean Boswell at the goal line. Held on. Great check off that time. No look. 23 yards on the touchdown throw. St. Francis is back within a conversion of getting back within 3 points. That was a pass that was designed to go short to the right. Ferrer recognized he did not have anything open there. Looked back downfield, and there was Boswell open in the middle. Time of the score is 7:06. Nix has had one missed, one blocked today. Now the right-footed kick is on the way, and that's no chance. That was a knuckleball. That was low underneath the upright, and that was not a good hold that time. It's not a good snap. Another missed opportunity because it's a 4-point difference in this ball game, not 3, not a field goal difference. It is 42-38, but still. Cougars on the life support. They'll get the ball back as we will take a timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout for Seokas when we return to Indianapolis Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program.
I don't know where you're at.
You'll know.
Hey, sorry about that. It was freezing up on me for some odd reason. It keeps doing it once in a while. But I think I got it back online.
Okay. I don't have.
Go ahead.
I don't have program feed. It's just a 30.
844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
So the extra point is no good. That keeps it a 4-point ball game, but within reach. And now nail-biting time for both sides. Who can have the last bit of oomph here down the final 7 minutes plus? Short pooch punt or kickoff to the far side. That's fairly caught at about the 23-yard line. And so the Marian Knights will get the ball back once again. And obviously leading by 4 here at home. Their main objective is to run the clock. And the Cougars, who last time they forced a turnover on a fumble recovery, they got to Hayden Northern. And they'll be looking to accomplish the same and find a way possibly to steal this ball game down the stretch on the road at Marian. 3 wide to the right side. And Hayden Northern out of the shotgun formation. And they'll look to run the ball off, and nothing there. St. Francis is right there to knock it down for a loss on a gain only back to the 22-yard line. I believe that was Pearson Harnish that knifed in there that created a 1-yard loss on that tackle. So 2nd and 11, but the clock is running down to 6:46 time remaining. Knights trying to get out to their own 34-yard line. They'll stay with the same formation, 3 wide to the right. And Northern again out of the gun, drops, rolls to his right, looks, throws up, and he's got a ball that is caught. Nice diving catch that time for Sean Hogan. Bailed him out a couple of times along with Jimmy Walker. And they moved the chains. That was a big play for the Marian Knights. They get a new set of downs to work with as the clock moves inside 6.5 minutes time remaining. Utter into the game. He's up in the slot to the left side. 1 wide to the left. That might be Walker out there. Let's see if they start to run the ball now. They'll pitch the ball. Here is Gibson trapped up and knocked down. That was Spencer Coward that knifed in there. Shoestring tackle back around the 32-yard line. Loss of 5 that time, so the Cougars bending but not breaking. 2nd down and 15. Hogan will come back into the ball game now after setting out a play. And that may change the complexion of the play call where they come back to the passing game. Hogan wide to the left side. Wilmer Cole will have the coverage on him. Hayden Northern looking to throw. The rush is coming, and they've got him for a sack back inside the 20. And it was Jalen McIntyre that nailed him on a safety blitz, corner blitz. And the Cougars come up with some big defensive plays. Tackle for a loss, and now a sack on Northern. And the ball is marked inside the 20-yard line of the Knights. And it's 3rd down and forever. Cougars trying to make a personnel change, just over 5 minutes time remaining. Knights would have to get the ball all the way up to their 47-yard line. Play clock at 11. Northern out of the shotgun formation once again. And here's Northern looking to throw the ball. Being pursued again. Steps out of a tackle, throws it as far as he can downfield's got a man, and the ball is caught for a first down. Howard had the coverage, and this time it was Trey White. That ball all the way down inside the Cougar 35. Check it inside the 40 to the 36-yard line is where they spot it. 3rd down and forever, and Northern dials up a strike on a deep crossing pattern. That might have been the saving play of the ball game for Marian, as they were just about having to kick the ball away to give St. Francis very good field position. Now they still got the ball. They run. Gibson starts left, cuts right, knocked down. Sparks wraps up on him. He'll get a yard to the 35. Clock shows 4:17 remaining. As far as field goals, looking ahead, Marian's 1 for 2 this year. They've got a long field goal of 23 yards. Boy, Hogan earlier in the ball game, Walker today, and most recently Trey White with big catches that have saved the day, at least for the moment. 2nd down and 9. Clock runs to 3:49 and still moving. Hayden Northern again wants to hand it off, and there's Hogan straight ahead, knocked down at the 35. Pearson Harnish again coming up from his linebacker spot and making the tackle. And Gibson a little slow getting up that time. He'll gain another yard to bring up 3rd down and 8. 3:28 on the clock in the late going. Well, you pick your poison in situations like this, but you got to be aware of number 80, Krishawn Hogan. He's going to line up in the slot, basically tight to the left side, part of a trips package. And Northern with a play clock at 18. Now rolls to his left side, taking a look, throws to a spot, and that one's intercepted and dropped. In and out of the hands. Tabler had it for a moment at the 17, but he dropped the ball, and now it's 4th down. And what do you do? Marian's are they going to bring on the field goal team, or are they going to punt the ball? Well, Brandon Dowers will check into the ball game. Clock stops with 3:05 remaining. Dowers will set up at the USF 49-yard line to punt the ball, and he'll be trying to get the coffin corner to bury St. Francis deep and make them try to go 80, 90 yards for a winning touchdown. Here's the snap. Looking right-footed, low line drive kick, hits inside the 20, and it'll bound down inside the 10, and will go all the way down to the 5-yard line. So exactly what the doctor ordered from a Marian standpoint. USF, good news, down 4. They have 2:55 on the clock. The bad news, they'll be some 95 yards away. Field goal won't do it. They need a touchdown, trying to come back and win this ball game in the dying moments of this contest. And you know that Marian's going to be bringing pressure. But you don't need all the yardage all at once. You do have to manage the clock, and the clock will stop as you pick up first downs. But it's 1st and 10 at the 5. Danger territory right now. Again, they show blitz defensive right side with Ash. And here's Ferrer, looks near side, gets it out to Coate. Coate dropped the ball. Never had it secure. Tackled immediately as he first touched that ball just across the 10, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 with the ball coming back to the 5-yard line. 42-38. Touchdown would give the Cougars the lead and maybe the win. Who knows? Clock stopped with 2:50 remaining. Coach stays in. He's split wide to the short side to the left. Ferrer's got Cam Smith wide right. Looks again to throw out of the end zone. Looks, got to get out of there. Throws the ball away. And let's see, is that going to draw a penalty flag? Now, Coate was kind of in the vicinity. We talked earlier on a similar play when Northern just winged the ball out of bounds to the Marian bench. And they had a receiver about 7 yards upfield. It's now third down. Third down and 10 with the ball at the 5. Got to get it out to the 15-yard line, and you're almost in a situation where you've got to gamble even on fourth down, or do you, with 2:45 remaining. We'll find out in a moment what happens on this third down and long call. Ferrer waits at the goal line, backpedals into the end zone. Look at blitz is coming, throws over the middle. He had a catch for a moment and then knocked away. That was Boswell. They hit him from behind. He had it on the numbers for a moment, but could not hold on, and they'll punt the ball away. Still 2:40 remaining. But Marian's going to come away with great field position in this once again. The clock and the score, they're allied. 2:40 remaining. Their lead is 4. Spitnail will be a yard from the end line. Let's see how Marian... Will they put pressure on? They've really not. They've been trying to set up returns. Here's the snap, low snap. Spitnail's got it, kicks it away. Low line drive, hits at the 32, takes a forward bounce across the 35, out to the 40. Still rolling all the way to the 44 to the 45-yard line. So that's getting a lot out of that punt. But now St. Francis needs a turnover again with 2:28 remaining in this ball game. So Marian will put the offensive unit back out on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights at the Cougar 45-yard line. Well, will they stay with the run game? Robert Gibson comes back in. St. Francis last series offensively played pretty well against the run in Gibson. They're going to bring in that blocking H-back once again. Too wide, though, to the right. As Northern under center pitches the ball back, and he dropped the ball. And St. Francis scrambles for it. Let's see if they've got it. No indication yet. Gibson was there, and they're going to call it. Ball recovered by Marian. Or will they? They look, and now they call St. Francis has got the ball in midfield. Boy, I thought the indication by the referee, Dave Siegel, was second down. Fumble recovery at midfield. And now St. Francis with 2:19 on the clock and 50 yards away from trying to accomplish the improbable, winning here on the road. And down by as many as 21 points in the ball game early. Aaron Harris will come back into the ball game as the running back. But 50 yards away. Marian drops their safeties back inside the 40-yard line. And Ferrer looking at pressure again. Looks, throws to the right. And that one was wide, and that was Cam Smith. Did he catch the ball? Apparently he did. Now a penalty flag comes in late. Did not see that. It's in the Cougar backfield. So we'll wait with the Dave Siegel threw the flag, the referee. Cougars already backing up, though. It's unsportsmanlike conduct call against St. Francis. That's a big one. That goes against Alex Woods. And that'll move the ball back to the 39-yard line of St. Francis. So the ball was at midfield. And you've just got to play smart football at this point. If somebody's going to lose their cool, you got to let it be the other guy, not you. Too wide to the short side to the right. Again, the corners come up in press coverage. Ferrer's got a running back for protection. Looking to throw. Looks, throws. He's got Boswell's got the ball inside the 35 and down to the 33. And there was a tight window that Ferrer managed to thread that ball in there nicely. And Boswell with a good job of catching the ball. 1st and 10. Clock stopped with minute 54 remaining. Cougars with the chance. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line, 33-yard line of Marian. Gegner now comes up, and he's on the wing to the right side. Seth Coate wide to the left, and here is Ferrer looking, throws over the middle, threw it low. That ball is caught by Gegner on the crossing pattern. Got to the 30, but the whistle had blown. And boy, I tell you what, St. Francis dodging another bullet. It's ruled down on contact. And where they mark the ball, we'll wait and see. Clock will move again with 1:23 remaining. You can't take a lot of time, though. Move it at the 28-yard line. It was a gain of 5, second down and 5. 1:15 on the clock. Cougars with the ball, driving down 4. Here's Ferrer trying to change up the count. Short drop. Looks left. Looks. Throws over the middle. Got a man. That's Boswell inside the 5. Driving for the end zone. He got in there. Touchdown, I believe. Let's see if they rule it a touchdown. They do. 28 yards with 1:01 on the clock, and the Cougars will take the lead at 44-42. 28-yard touchdown again. A play designed for Ferrer to throw to his left short. Nothing there. Threw back to Boswell. Good for the touchdown. With 1:01 remaining. Now, what are the Cougars going to do? They may take a timeout here to talk things over. Their lead is 2. And we will have a stoppage right here. But St. Francis, regardless of how this game ends up, what a marvelous comeback as they have led now for the first time today. Their lead is 2 points, 44-42 as Ferrer to Boswell. And Sean Boswell, great job. He caught the ball just outside the 5 and just would not be denied. He brought tacklers with him into the end zone for the Cougar touchdown that has given him at least this first lead of the ball game late in this contest with 1:01 on the clock. Now, let's see what Kevin Donnelly decides. They've had problems today with 2-point conversion tries, with extra points. Nick's out there limbering up the leg. He's missed a couple. He's had one blocked. But a lead is a lead. A little surprised they might not think, well, of course, a field goal then, if they miss it, would give Marian the win if they could come back and get a field goal. But Nick's trying to make it a 3-point lead. Waiting for the snap. Jarzab is the holder. Better hold this time. The kick is on the way, and it is good. So it is a lead of 3. St. Francis at 45. Marian with 42. Trying to come all the way back and steal this road victory if they can. We will take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with more here in Indianapolis. 45-42, USF on top. Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice. And choosing the right company to clean your business is easy, too. Seoca's professional
Rich
cleaning
will save
is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction
probably the 60 for the postgame.
Seoca's does it with built-in check systems to make sure... Copy.
Gotcha.
Every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Seoca. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at seocas.com.
45-42, St. Francis has come. Remember, this was a 42-32 ball game with just under 13 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. But Ferrer to Boswell, 23 yards at the 7:06 mark, and now the 38-yard touchdown pass that has given them a lead with just 1:01 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. But you've got to find a way to keep Marian out of the end zone and off the board with a field goal that would tie it. Nix will tee it up and kick it away. Now what do? Do you squib the ball? Do you pooch it? Or do you kick it long and hope for the best? We'll find out in a moment. Short approach again. They'll pooch the ball far side. It'll be a fair catch that's caught at the 26-yard line. So 74 yards away, Marian away from a win. We're at least close enough to try to tie the game and send it into overtime. As that Marian offense will come back onto the field. And you get the feeling with Hayden Northern and receivers like Trey White and Krishan Hogan that they're never out of a ball game, and they've got the ability to strike long and deep at any point of a contest. St. Francis not wanting to give up anything long and deep. Shatan Harris and Cale Tabler back, dropping back to the 37-yard line, and Northern now with a bunch line up to his right, wanting to throw. Looks, throws it over the middle. He's got a man out there. The ball's intercepted. That's taken off as St. Francis has got it with a return to the 40 and the 35-yard line. Big pick that time as it was Terrence, check it, it was Lee Stewart on the pick. Lee Stewart with the interception. And that may do it for St. Francis with 49 seconds remaining. Marian had a man open in the middle of the field, but the ball slightly underthrown, and Stewart played it perfectly. And with a big return now, it'll be St. Francis football, 1st and 10. They've not yet put the ball down. And with 49 seconds remaining, Cougars will talk to their offensive unit, and now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Remember, St. Francis in the first half had a pair of back-to-back pick sixes by Tabler and then Spencer Coward that made a game out of it, cut it down to a 3-point ball game. Then it was Marian that rolled back and had a big lead. Now, let's see what Ferrer looks to do. He's going to hand the ball off, and that's P.J. Dean running to the right side, just trying to keep the ball in and run that clock. We're down to 43 seconds. Timeout is called by the Knights. We'll keep things right here. So that they'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. P.J. Dean in there. Running P.J. Dean is a freshman, 6 foot, 187-pounder. And they'll put that ball squarely down at the 35-yard line. Mark Henninger's got his team entirely huddled up right now on the field at the 32-yard line. Entire unit grouped around him as they plot strategy, trying that they need the football. That's the bottom line with 43 seconds remaining. And St. Francis holding a 45-42 lead here on the road. Man, we mentioned earlier in the ball game how tough this field is to win. St. Francis had lost 3 straight on this field to Marian. Their last win came in 2010, and they won on that date by 3 points, 28-25. Their lead is 3 here in the dying moments today. They'll run the ball again off tackle and still trying to drive inside the 35, a game down to about the 33. Brian Hart not in on the stop. Clock is the factor, 38 seconds remaining. It'll bring up 3rd down. Marian has taken another timeout. I believe they may have just 1 remaining. As both teams huddle up on the field right now. Both teams, you know that Marian's going to be trying to strip that ball. They need possession of the football, or hoping, if nothing else, to get it back, at least offensively, for a chance. Cougars back home Saturday, taking on Siena Heights. Hope you can join us. Well, still, you worry about the clock. 38 seconds remaining. And right now, though, the Ally is with St. Francis as far as the clock. Cougar offense trotting back onto the field, and here we go. Brian Gegner in there to snap the ball. And let's check it. They're going to have Justin Green as the running back. And really the job is to protect Ferrer and make sure that they hold on to the football. And here's Ferrer, wants to throw the ball, flushed to his right, got rid of it, threw it up and away, and short hopped in. Cam Smith was open, but Ferrer was hit as he released that ball. So it'll bring up 4th down and about 8 with 31 seconds remaining. The clock stops, so Marian did not have to use their final timeout. And now a decision for Kevin Daly. What do you do? Do you run a play? Do you try to punt the ball and maybe have Spitnail try to angle inside the 10-yard line? Right now, they do not have Spitnail in there. They still have the offensive unit out there at 4th down and 8. So Coach Donnelly rolling the dice here this afternoon in the late going. Now Aaron Harris comes back in replacing Green. And USF is going to take a timeout, I believe, as they want to talk things over and make sure that there's a clear understanding of what the strategy will be on this 4th and 8 call, whether to punt it away or to run around, try to take some time off the clock and surrendered it back to Marian, give them one final chance to either get a touchdown to come back and win it or a field goal to tie it and send it overtime. We have 31 seconds remaining in this ball game. Again, we'll keep things right here for this climactic finish. But USF looked like they were on the ropes as they trailed 42-32 with under 13 minutes remaining. But the back-to-back touchdown catches by Boswell from Ferrer at the 7:06 mark, and then with 1:40 remaining, and then a Lee Stewart interception has put St. Francis in position to win in this thrilling comeback victory if it comes about. We'll find out in just a few minutes. Ball is at the 33-yard line. Harris is in as the running back. Cougars do spread the field again. They got Seth Stewart up on the wing to the right side. And zone blitz coming up the middle once again. And they moved. There was movement both ways, and now penalty flags. And the officials will have to talk about this. Thought that Marian encroached, but there was definite movement on the left side offensively by St. Francis. No time came off the clock, still 31 seconds. This one, St. Francis feels going against the defense, but still a long discussion between the officials here. And no clear-cut decision is yet forthcoming. There's four of them grouped around our head referee, David Siegel. Discussion ongoing. And we wait with the decision. Right now it shows 4th down and 8. That's before the penalty flags came out. And still no decision. You're tempted to say, guys, people got places to go, things to do today. We'll hear it in a moment. Procedure, the call, false start against St. Francis. Taking an eternity to sort out these decisions, so it's a loss. That'll take the ball back outside the 35 to the 38-yard line, and now they will bring Spitnail on. And now, let's see, Marian, will they try to get to Spitnail and block the kick and set up a chance? 31 seconds remaining, and Spitnail hoping for a quick release and somewhere to get it down inside the 20 or maybe even the 10. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, good delivery. Kick is away. High, short kick, end over end, fair catch. And that is made at about the 11-yard line. So it will be an 89-yard away situation for the Marian Knights with 26 seconds remaining. I believe one timeout remaining. And as they say, from Pee Wees to Pop Warner to any level of football, do not get beat deep. McIntyre coming out, Tabler, and Tabler is taking control right now, telling Shaton Harris, give up something short. Lee Stewart's back there, had the interception earlier. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Marian. They will have the ball at their own 12-yard line. They're 88 yards away. A field goal would tie it. Cougars will have 4 down linemen and 5 back at the 25-yard line. Northern changing the play call. Play clock is down to 13. Waiting for the long snap. He's got it. Rushes on. And being pursued. They've got him again. The ball is free. They're going to roll the arm going forward. That ball is picked up by Pearson Harnish. And again, we're going to have... they're going to call that in the grass. It might be a safety. Again, we'll have a discussion by the referee and his officiating crew. Penalty flag is thrown right at the 1-yard line. They had Northern. I could not tell whether he was in the end zone when he tried to get rid of that ball or whether the arm was going forward. Ball did pop free, and we'll wait again for this decision. Officials coming over to talk to the Marian coaching staff, and Mark Henninger does not look happy with what he's hearing. If you're just joining us, 45-42 St. Francis. Marian's got the ball, but it is yet to be decided. They had it 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Intentional grounding, the call against Marian. Can't pick up exactly what all is being ruled. The ball is being situated at the 1 yard line right now. And there's going to be a final timeout taken by Marian. They'll have it at their 1. They're 99 yards away. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back with more. The conclusion of this ball game. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maple Crest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their third generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
So Marian has got the football. The bad news, they've got it at their own 1 yard line. It is second down and 21, 19 seconds remaining. They're out of timeouts, and they're 99 yards away. Cougars trying to set up their defense again. They've got 3, 4, 5 players back deep at the Marian 15-yard line. Northern out of the end zone. Throws the out pattern left side. They've got a catch. And here's a run after the catch. Across the 20. They're short of the first down. The clock will move with 9 seconds. And did he get out of bounds? Apparently he did. The clock stops with 5 seconds remaining. They may put more time on the clock. It'll be second down and a yard.
Oh, it's first down.
Well, now they rule it was a first down, so first and 10, so the clock should have stopped. And they still show 5 seconds on the clock. Still no ruling by the officials. How much time are they going to put on the clock? Well, wait, I put it back to 9 seconds. And the clock will start, so they've got to be quick here. And Northern's ready to spike the ball on a first and 10 situation. And here comes the whistle. They wind the clock, and the spike will take the ball just 1 second off the clock. So 8 seconds remaining in this ball game. Second down and 10. And will this be the final play of this ball game with St. Francis holding this 45-42 lead? The ball is at the 22-yard line, and it's second down and 10. Well, does Marian have any kind of a trick play? The 3 wide to the right side, a couple of laterals. We'll see, find out. Shotgun formation again. Northern dropping, rolling to his right, rushes on, to the arm. Pass is caught and dropped. Out to the 42. There's 1 second remaining. 1 second on the clock, and we'll have time for one more play. So it will come back on third down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Now St. Francis is dropping 4 back around the 40-yard line or deeper. And Spencer Coward, and now St. Francis is going to call a timeout. They're already celebrating, but there's still 1 tick on the clock, and you never want to celebrate until there's triple zeros and the fat lady is warming up. So we have 1 second on the clock. Time for one play. Got to be aware of Krishan Hogan, as their Marian Knights are hoping for some kind of a 78-yard miracle play here, that they would not have time to get in position for a field goal with 1 second remaining. They need to go the distance for a touchdown that would win it for the Marian Knights. Really asking a lot, but we will find out momentarily. Comes the offensive unit back on the field for the Knights. 45-42 St. Francis. Looking to break the 3-game losing streak on this field against the Knights. And 1 second away from doing that. Cougars now dropping, again, 5 back to the 40-yard line. Northern drops the throw. Looking, throws left side. And there's the lateral coming back. And Trey White, they play lateral, and now that's a forward pass, so that's going to end the game right there. Jimmy Walker drops the ball, picks it up, and he's going to be on his feet. This game is over as St. Francis has won it. That was a forward pass. They got it back to Northern, but that was about the fourth lateral and the forward pass, and St. Francis is going to win this ball game in comeback fashion here on the road by a final score of 45-42. We're going to head to our post-game presentation. We'll recap the scoring, at least the final concluding moments that were wild here today in Indianapolis. St. Francis with a rally, first down from 21-0, and then trailing it by 17. Headed to the fourth quarter, they come back all the way and win it 45-42. They remain undefeated in the NAIA. We'll be back with our post-game presentation. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Okay, I'm playing the 60 now, and then you want me to play the intro to the postgame?
Yes, sir. And I'll just try to recap. I won't be long, so we'll wrap this game up.
All right, sweet.
24/7. And there's even more convenience with our branch locations on Spring Street and DuPont Road. Right now, Ford Financial is offering auto loans with annual percentage rates as low as 2.49%. And you may be eligible to defer your first payment for up to 90 days. Stop by any of their area branches to find out more. Ford Financial Credit Union. My future. My family. My Ford. Ford Financial is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Now, with analysis of the game, what went right and what needs some work, let's go back to the stadium with the voice of the Cougars, Joe Parson, and the Redeemer Radio sports team.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, everybody. My name's Joe Parson, and Cougars on the field celebrating an improbable comeback victory over a very good Marian Knights football team. St. Francis wins at 45-42. They take their record to 5-0. More importantly, they're 3-0, still undefeated in the Mid-East League. Marian had the lead 21-0 early on. They led it by 17 in the third quarter. And they fall here at home, and they fall to 3-2 overall. They're 1-1 now in the Mid-East League. And let's tell you back to the line score of the ball game. One of the keys Kevin Dowley talked about in the pregame interview, talking about playing 60 minutes. A year ago, St. Francis did not do that. They had the lead at halftime by 18-13 the score. They never scored again, and they lost that ball game 51-18. Here today, they trailed at halftime by a score of 25-28, 28-25. They trailed by 3 points. They did not score in the third quarter, and they trailed by as many as 17 points. They were shut out, in fact, in the third quarter. Marian with 2 touchdowns to outpoint the Cougars in the third quarter, 14-0. But Marian then went cold, so the Cougars do find a way to play 60 minutes today on the road, and they come up with 20 unanswered points of their own in this fourth quarter. And it all started, let's take a look at the second half scoring with a game that was 20-25 at halftime. Northern hit Trey White with a 47-yard touchdown at the 9-12 mark. Their lead was 10 points as Marian led it 35-25. Then after an interception gave Marian possession at their own 42-yard line, it was Robert Gibson with a gallop to the end zone with 28 seconds remaining in the quarter, and Marian looked to be in position to be home free as they built that lead out to 42-25. But Tyrone Young on a long touchdown run early in the fourth quarter, 12:52 remaining, 45 yards on the touchdown run, got behind the defense, pivotal play, the extra point was no good, and St. Francis, I should say Knicks did hit the extra point, and it was 42-32. Then after a fumble recovery at the Marian 45, that set up a Ferrer to Boswell touchdown toss, 23 yards at the 7:06 mark. The extra point was no good. Fourth quarter lead, though, was 42-38. And then a fumble recovery at midfield. A personal foul kept St. Francis alive, set up a 38-yard touchdown toss from Ferrer to Boswell with 1 minute, 1:01 remaining in the ball game. The extra point try was no good. 45-42. Lee Stewart with an important interception interception at the Marian 35, and bottom line, St. Francis was able to run out the final seconds of the ball game and come all the way back in the fourth quarter with 20 unanswered points to win it by 3 points today on the road at 45-42. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here today. Marian is going to win a lot of the statistical battles. 466 yards total offense compared to 393 for St. Francis. As far as one of the big the differences in the ball game, Cougars had 3 interceptions today. Marian just had 2, but 2 of them for St. Francis were pick 6 interceptions, one by Tabler, one by Coward in the first half when St. Francis was really looking to come back. 9 penalties today for 99 yards by the Knights, 5 for 50 for St. Francis. Cougars struggled on third down conversions. They were just 6 of 15 today. Marian was 9 of 16. And in the red zone, well, they were 1 for 1. St. Francis at the end of the first half, 4 for 4 for Marian. Neither team really got into the end zone in this second half. Some of the individual numbers very quickly. Ferrer on the day, 24 of 46 through the air for 348 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked 5 times. He was intercepted twice. P.J. Dean with that halfback option pass to Appenzeller that was part of the big come from behind effort. So he was 1 for 1 for 7 touchdowns and a touchdown. Seth Coates, 5 catches, 129 on the day. I believe they all came in the first half. He had 1 touchdown on that 61-yard pivotal touchdown pass play combination. Cam Smith, 5 catches for 59 yards. Seth Stewart, 5 for 36. Sean Boswell had 4 for 82. He had 2 very, very critical touchdowns in the fourth quarter that paved the way to this victory. Trey White led the receiving for Marian with 8 catches, 135 on the day. He had 1 touchdown along of 47. Krishan Hogan playing well, 7 catches, 131 through the air. He had a touchdown. Jimmy Walker Jr., big catch today. Would have looked like it was very important for Marian. Finished with 4 receptions on the day, 59 yards, and Cameron Utter had 2 catches for 11. Let's take a look quickly at some of the totals as far as tackles. Spencer Coward was everywhere today. Interception, pick 6, finished with 12 touchdowns today, 1 for loss. Wilmer Cole in a backup role. He stepped up nicely as he finished today with 9 tackles. As far as Marian is concerned, Shaquille Ash led everybody with Marian with 11 tackles. He had 3 sacks, also 3 tackles for loss. Ryan Hartnett with 8 tackles, 1 sack, and 1.5 tackles for loss. So the 20-0 run by St. Francis gets them the victory. They win this ball game 45-42, and we'll check on Appenzeller. We did not see a lot of him in the fourth quarter. He took 2 hellacious hits today. One of them he held on and got the catch. And as far as the St. Francis, they're now 5-0, 3-0 in the Mid-East League. They come home to begin a 2-game homestand that'll begin next Saturday at 12 noon against Siena Heights. And then Concordia up next. As far as the Knights, they go on the road for 3 games, beginning at Taylor, continuing on to Lindenwood, Belleville, and then on to Concordia. The Knights are 3-2 and 1-1 in the Mid-East League. That's going to wrap things up here today from Marian University at St. Vincent's Field. Special thanks to our producer. His name was Rich Matera. My name's Joe Parson. Until next Saturday at high noon at Darcy Stadium, St. Francis with the win in comeback style. They win it 45-42. So long, everybody, and thanks so very much for listening.